There's an unspoken truth regarding a crime that isn't often talked about in today's society: kidnappings and human trafficking. In 2020, more than 300,000 people went missing worldwide, many more unreported. With human trafficking being a $150 billion industry, many victims who were initially kidnapped are often subjected to this unwillful choice of living. With the passing of the Trafficking Victims Protection Act in the year 2000, the TVPA increased implementation of prosecution in an attempt to retrieve or even barter with the victims held for ransom. With more than 5,000 people kidnapped every year, the kidnapping usually occurs with someone the victim knows or seen before. Less than 10% of every kidnappings are caused by absolute strangers, leaving many to speculate a mental illness contributing to this stigma. While a small child may be unable to fight against an attacker, it's important to always supervise your children at all times. Then, educate them on any signs of a possible abduction. Today, we will be taking a look at the disappearance of Lonzie Barton. Lonzie is a 21-month-old child who went missing in the middle of 2018. His disappearance was a complete shock to many, but not to some. It is rumored that Lonzie's family is related to Haley Cumming, yet another child went missing years back.
She was taken from her home and never seen again. 11 years later, still no trace of her. The 5-year-old girl vanished from her Putnam County home on February 9th, last known to be sleeping in her bed next to her little brother, Ronald Cumming Jr., also known as Junior, with her father's girlfriend, 17-year-old Misty Crossland.
This is the case of William Ruben Ebron. But first, here's a few words from today's sponsor. This video is sponsored by NordVPN. As desperate scammers become more and more prevalent due to the abundance of online transactions, NordVPN is commonly used in the industry to provide anonymity and protection, all whilst browsing the web on any device. NordVPN provides up to 5,000 servers from over 60 different countries, granting you permission to gain access to most content around the world. With the help of Nordlinks, NordVPN obtains fast uploads and download speeds to each one of their servers, so no more buffering internet speeds. But that's not all. NordVPN is more than a private network. Nord provides their very own built-in antivirus as well as multiple other features that will help you browse the web safe. NordVPN also comes equipped with their dark web monitor feature. This will scan the deep web in order to determine whether your personal information is somewhere it shouldn't be. NordVPN is celebrating their 10-year anniversary and will be gifting each and every one of their buyers with additional time upon purchasing. The special offer will only last for a limited time. So, if you have been considering purchasing a VPN, use my special link in the description in order to claim this exclusive deal. On June 24th, 2015, Jacksonville, Florida, approximately 2:22 a.m., police would receive a 911 call from a frantic male named William Ruben Ebron. Ruben claimed his vehicle was stolen with his 21-month-old toddler still in the back seat of his car. The abduction was reported in the vicinity of Ravenswood Apartments near South Old Kings Road. Ruben claimed he left both children in the vehicle unattended, to which the oldest had gotten out the vehicle stating it was too dark. When Ruben returned, he stated the car was already driving away.
Jacksonville 911, Archibald.
Yes, I want to report a car stolen. It's a 95 Honda Civic.
Do you know who stole it?
No, I don't. It's a 95 Honda Civic, and somebody just took off.
Okay, hold on one second. Let me just check and make sure it wasn't towed or anything, all right?
It couldn't have been towed, not that quick. And it's my kid is in the back, still in the back of the car.
Your
My
what?
kid is in the back of the car.
Okay.
Less than 2 hours later, police would issue an Amber Alert in response to the child's kidnapping. It was then police began their search for the missing vehicle and child. With no immediate clues or evidence, police began to learn more information pertaining to the biological parents of Lonzie, Lana and Chris. At the time of Lonzie's disappearance, Chris was serving time in Duval State Prison on separate drug charges. While incarcerated, he'd vouched for his wife Lonna, stating she didn't have any involvement in her son's disappearance. Little did Chris know, while incarcerated, Lana began building a relationship with the same Ruben Ebron. Ruben was a father of 3, but were unable to see his kids due to a recent separation. He would build a relationship with Lana, watching her 2 kids while she went to work. The two began to grow closer and closer, to which Lana had gotten a tattoo of Ruben's name on the side of her torso. Less than a week later, startling evidence would soon come to light. Ruben's vehicle was found less than a mile from his apartment, but no sign of Lonzie. Ruben's car had visible damage to the undercarriage and the front bumper. Police noted the vehicle was not hidden nor submerged, a possible scenario since a prior missing person case had been solved where the vehicle was found in the river. Ruben's car, however, was left on the side of the road near the woods. A week later, police would make yet another startling discovery, this time on a low-resolution video recorder. The video revealed Ruben's car driving away from his apartment, then Ruben running back on foot. A total of 10 minutes before the police were called. With this newly found evidence, Ruben was taken into custody under the ruse of being voluntarily. In the beginning of Ruben's interrogation, Ruben patiently awaits for detectives to arrive. As he prepares himself for the line of questions that will soon follow, an unexpected Amber Alert would suddenly air.
Florida Amber Alert has been issued for Lonzie Barton, a white male, 1-year-old, with blonde hair and blue eyes. Lonzie is approximately 2 feet 6 inches tall, weighing approximately 20 pounds, and last seen in the area of the 8,000 block of Old Kings Road in Jacksonville, Florida, wearing only a diaper. If you have any information on the whereabouts of this child, please contact the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office at 904-630-0500 or dial 911.
Whether a purposeful tactic by detectives or a mere coincidence, this psychological warfare has great effect on Ruben as he visibly displays being more distraught. The detective enters the room and directs Ruben to sit closer to the door. This is often done to make a suspect feel more comfortable. As far as Ruben is aware, he isn't being detained and he's free to leave at any time. The interrogation commences with Ruben voluntarily giving detectives his phone. An innocent gesture to what seems like Ruben has nothing to hide, but will soon come to find out he's going to incriminate himself beyond the scope of the investigation.
This one's totally dead. That's the one you called the police with?
Yeah. That, I initially called them with that. I probably got a word or two in.
Can I try charging it?
Yeah.
Do you have a charger? Man. I'm going to stick it out and charge it, okay? You're okay with that?
That's all
Yeah, that's fine.
Look, Ruben, let me get your full information. I know you've given it a dozen times already.
Just for the record, whatever that is just nothing illegal, right?
No.
It's just
no,
vapor.
I wouldn't.
And it
No drugs.
can't affect your ability to think
No,
straight.
not at all.
As long as you don't
It
blow
just
up my
has
face,
negative.
if it
It just has
calms you a little bit,
negative.
then that's
But there's no weed or anything in
No.
there, which you obviously like to smoke a little bit of, right?
California. That's it.
Not quite legal here yet.
Not yet.
You mind if I go through this?
You go through it. It's The old phone, I'm not sure what's in it, but
That's fine.
It's worth noting Ruben's kinesics throughout the entirety of this interrogation. This particular type of body language is often misunderstood and perceived as being rude, when in actuality, when a person's arms is crossed, this typically means they are very anxious, resistant, or in distress. A gesture that may be overlooked but genuinely displays Ruben's true emotions. The interrogation starts with Ruben recalling his day from the very beginning.
Hung out for a little bit, tried to recharge the AC, because that thing it runs out and it gets real foggy. And I guess headed back out about probably 1:30.
So you was heading from the gas station, just going to the laundromat, and you forgot the detergent. Which laundromat?
Someone Powers in Toledo.
Did you make it there and then say, "Crap,
No,
I forgot
went
that"?
back to the house.
Okay, went back to the house. Okay.
What was it? Got that stuff. By the time I went and actually dropped the load off, it was close to 1:30, 1:45.
So you went back to the house, got detergent, went back, put a load in.
Went back to the house, and that's when all this happened.
Did you leave laundry there? Were you going to go and
there. I was going to get her and coming back and drying it.
About what time?
So it was close to 2, because by the time I got back to the house, I had a friend messaging me on Messenger and trying to see what was up. And I remember seeing hers said 2:07, and then that was when I went upstairs. Coming in after, I told her to watch you do that, whatever. Her put on a ladder for her to watch that upstairs. And was telling Danny to just watch her, and me and going to get Lana.
Did you talk to Danny?
I had tapped on his door and I was doing all that stuff, and I could just hear the car. I ran downstairs and the thing was gone. And I tried to run up the street to see. It was going to the left, and by the time I got to the front, I didn't see it.
Which way was the car facing in the apartment complex?
It was parked facing the apartment.
Pulled straight in. Pulled straight in.
What was the reason you went back in? I don't remember.
Went back to the house.
Well, you were at the laundromat, then you went back to the house.
I went back to the house, yeah.
What did you go back to the house for?
To get some stuff.
What'd you go get?
Some stuff.
Which is what? I mean, if you're going to be honest, now's the time to be honest. Some what?
Cocaine.
Okay. So you went back to get cocaine?
Something like that.
Powder or crack?
No, not powder.
All right. For who?
Me to wake up.
All right. So, what time was this? And look, I don't care about your drug use. I really don't. What were?
I just never want to say that.
So you left laundry. You left it there.
2:07. Went inside. She came inside. I put the
Did you do a line?
The phone was already. Or the TV was already on. I had a movie in, so I heard it, put it on Aladdin. I was going to tell him to go ahead and watch it. And as I said, went out, ran up the street, and that car was gone.
But you didn't do the coke?
No, I didn't do it.
Is it still there?
No.
You got rid of it. When did you get rid of it?
As I was on the phone.
What'd you do with it?
I just flushed it.
So you called.
At
what point did you call the police?
Once I got up to the front, I didn't see the car. I'm coming back. I was trying to call. I got on there. I told him his car was stolen. It clicked off. Ran back to the house, charged it up, got on the other phone, called him from that one. So as my regular phone was charging up, she was calling in. I just told her I didn't want to alarm her. I just told her to get a ride. And that was that. I mean, she kept asking me what's going on. I was like, oh, just get a ride. And as I'm on the phone with the the operator telling him something. She was what was it? She was trying to talk to me. He kept saying what, and
She was trying to talk to you. She was
trying to talk to me. No, she was on the other phone. She was on my regular phone, and I was on the phone with the 911 operator.
Okay. Do you know where the car was found?
No, he didn't tell me. He said a couple blocks up the street.
How familiar are you with that area? Are you from
I used to
Jacksonville?
No, I'm from California. No, I say California, but I bounce around military.
How long have you, you're in the military?
My dad was
How long have you lived here?
here since off and on since 2003.
Okay. Who do you buy your dope from? You can give me a nickname. I don't need his real name. I don't really care. But who do you buy it from? Oh, man.
An important moment when understanding Ruben's psychological perspective. By being untruthful about this specific line of questions, it's fair to say Ruben doesn't want to incriminate himself any further. The detective insists they do not care about his drug use, but keeps pursuing the question. Detectives needs to know whether or not Ruben were under the influence the time of Lonzie's disappearance. They also know this topic makes Ruben quite uncomfortable and will often exploit this opportunity to derail Ruben's thought process. Overall, this will be a reoccurring topic when understanding the surrounding situations.
I would say it's just various people. Honestly, you go to the club.
Who do you buy it from normally?
I'll go to the club and somebody might have it.
What club?
Man, any club. I mean, you gotta whack.
Man, I've been doing this 20 years and so has he.
Yeah.
I know you got a hookup.
I mean, I don't get it like that. Every now and then when I use it.
Do you buy it from anyone around that area?
No, I don't. I don't know anybody.
Do they bring it to your house or do you go get it?
I'll go to the club and get it, or I might go to the club and get it.
You understand where we are right now, right?
Trust me.
And what we're trying to do. If you're untruthful about one thing,
I'm being 100%
then
truthful.
that makes you untruthful about everything. So I need you to be 100% truthful, even about your drug use. Like, listen to me. I don't give a shit if you snort cocaine, if you freebase, if you smoke crack, if you shoot heroin. I don't care.
She brought it back
Listen
from the club the night.
He doesn't care. We're not the dope police. I'm not here to put you in jail for doing cocaine. I don't care. What we care about is finding the baby.
The last stuff she got it from the club the night before.
And that's the stuff you were using. But you don't have a regular hookup in the area. You can't call someone and say, hey, I need a bump.
I don't do it like that.
Well, that's what everybody says. But they all do.
That's true. I really don't.
So there's no one you call.
There's people I can call and get something.
He was very, Ruben, up until that, man, you had flow, man.
I understand,
but when we start talking about something that gets uncomfortable,
yeah,
man, and it doesn't flow. It's before, man, I couldn't keep up with you because the truth was just flowing out. We get to this part, man, all of a sudden you're like,
the phone that is charging. Were you using that throughout the day?
Yeah.
Texting and talking?
Yeah.
Right up until it died?
Yeah.
Did you call anyone from the laundromat? Text anyone from the laundromat?
No. I was in and out.
Does that phone have GPS?
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll be able to, it's going to tell us where you were, basically. Is there anything that you may have forgotten that it's going to tell us where you were?
Nothing.
Can you walk us through the routes that you drove? Line it up with your GPS on that phone?
Straight up and down.
And that's it. You didn't deviate at all from that. You didn't go into any neighborhoods. Didn't stop at anyone's house.
Nobody's house. Nothing.
One of the detectives leaves the room to collect more intel on what to specifically ask Ruben. The interrogation takes a step backwards, inquiring further into Ruben's moments prior to leaving the car running with Lonzie still in the back seat. Ruben claimed he originally left both kids in the vehicle unattended, but the oldest would return inside, stating it was too dark. This would coincide with the timeline being it was 1 in the morning. Ruben will now explain his moments prior to making the 911 call.
He was getting ahead of me, but I want to go back to the laundromat.
Yeah.
Okay, so you put a load in. Just do one. You didn't have
not
the
20
truck
on me.
Oh,
I still got a shitload of change in my pocket. I was mad because that's all I had on me.
Did you?
$8 at the gas
station. Let me ask these. Okay. Did you get anything in the dryer?
I didn't get anything. I
Okay,
dropped
so it's
everything
all
off in the wash.
Okay, in the wash.
That was it.
All right. So at one point, you said, "I'm going to leave because I need to go get me a pick me up."
Honestly, man.
So you went back to get cocaine?
Something like that.
Powder or crack?
No, not crack. Powder.
All right. For who?
I need to wake up.
All right.
I went from there, dropped the load off. I think I used the bathroom real quick in there, got back in the car. I had a friend texting me, whatever. I told her I was doing laundry, this and that. Went right back to the house. And I was going to do something. I didn't do anything, but like I said, it was just, I couldn't have been in there more than 2 minutes.
In the house?
There's no way I was in there longer than 2 minutes.
But you left the car running when you...
I always leave it. That thing, I'm telling you, when it's raining, you don't want to be out there.
I know that, but I mean, I understand the gas part. I understand you can see it and all that stuff. But if you leave kids in there in a car running for more than 10 seconds, that's unreasonable. No, you ran, but you said could have been more than 2 minutes.
It could not have been because I went in there. Next thing you know, she came in.
2 minutes is, I don't want to sit here and time in 2 minutes. It's a lifetime, man.
It is a long time. And I regret even leaving it like that, but we've left it like that countless times just because of that problem.
You heard anything about the car?
No. He just told me that you guys found it. It was still running. He didn't tell me where. And that was that.
Obviously, he's not in the car.
Yeah.
So you run up. Give me exactly what you do when you get back to the apartments. You run up.
They ran in there.
They're still out in the car.
Still in the car.
Okay, so it wasn't like you'd loaded them up in the car and then go back in.
No.
Okay. So you were at the laundromat?
No, I didn't talk to her all night until she actually called or texted.
Okay, so you pull in to the apartments, car running, kids still in the car. In a seat or car seat or not?
She's in the front seat.
Yeah. Plane. So you get out of the car, you unlock the door, right? Or do you lock it? Is it already?
Unlock it.
You go upstairs. You unlock your bedroom door.
My door.
Go in there.
Yeah. She was coming up.
She was coming up.
I went, talked to her, told her, why'd you get out the car?
Went downstairs to talk to her?
I met her on the stairs.
Okay.
She said she was scared.
Okay. And then?
Reasonable. Hurry up, turned on a ladder, went to go tell him what was up, just to watch her.
Mm-hmm.
Does it all the time. And like I said, the car was gone.
What seems like a dull moment is actually quite the opposite. Besides gathering more intel in order to cross-examine a suspect further, detectives will often use subtle gestures as a means to lower a suspect's guard. This is often accompanied by yawning, friendly conversation, and diverting their attention elsewhere, such as their phones. This has been shown to make the other person feel as if they aren't being listened to, when, in reality, the audio recording of this interrogation will be thoroughly examined further by detectives during a later point in the investigation. Detectives begin to establish a timeline. This is crucial and a key factor when building a case.
May I ask this? Why would you turn on Aladdin if you were gonna be leaving?
For her, she was staying there.
Where were you gonna do the cocaine at?
I take it with me. I mean, it don't matter. But that's what she.
You're just gonna go up and grab whatever it was packaged in and leave?
She's been stuck on that, yeah. And that was
then
it.
Why would you? I mean, I would think if you're gonna do it there, you turn on TV to keep her occupied. But
yeah, she was staying there. That's why.
But you don't leave her there.
I always. He's there. Danny's there. And I was telling him that she's there. And then we were leaving again.
How are you going to make it in time to get what's her name, Lana from?
It was 2 something. She was just texting me. Talking about what's up. Where you at?
207.
No, but why? I mean, you're by your timeline.
Well, you look at that. What's your social?
In the time.
Well, this is by your timeline. What time does she get off work normally? 2-ish.
The club closes at 2.
That's not what I asked. What time does she normally get off?
When she leaves is about 2:15, 2:20.
Okay. All right. You're getting gas at 12:45, midnight to 12:45.
Yeah.
And then you're going to do a load of laundry?
We always do that. It's
You
just
put a load of laundry and go pick her up, come back with the laundry? I mean,
yeah. I mean, normally we'll go at 2, 3 in the morning.
I understand that. If it's all of y'all.
Well, our schedule is just different. It's honestly, it's fucked up right now.
Well, that's fucked up because, I mean, if you're going to put it, even if you get there by 1, I mean, you don't have a chance to do the laundry to go get her in time.
The laundry goes for 25, 30 minutes. You go and get her, she's right up the street.
That's pushing it, though, still.
No, I just put one in. I go and get her and then come back and drive.
Did the kids go into the laundromat with you or they stay in the car? Both of them?
Yeah.
Car running then?
Car was running. Car's always running. We'll go to Winn-Dixie and leave it running because we don't want the hassle of having to try to jump it. Sometimes it'll jump, sometimes it won't. And that's been going on for about 2 months.
Ruben will now try to remember what Lonzie ate earlier in the day. It's worth noting that Lonzie was 21 months of age and weighed approximately less than 20 pounds. Ruben claims he tried to feed Lonzie some food, but instead gave him his bottle around 2 in the afternoon. Almost 12 hours later, Ruben claimed he bought 4 pizzas and ate 2. He doesn't recall Lonzie eating any himself. These are just telltale signs of child neglect that may be present and will resurface later during the investigation.
Was he in the car seat?
Yeah.
Was he strapped in the car seat? You sure?
He can't get out of it.
He can't unstrap himself?
I mean, he's done it. I mean, he was asleep.
He was asleep?
He was asleep.
Has he ever unstrapped himself before?
He has before.
He has?
He has.
Have you seen him do it? Because I asked his mom. His mom said that he's never unstrapped himself.
I know he's gotten out, or maybe that might have been with a seatbelt. I remember him doing it. But honestly, my mind with that, I've only known him about 3 or 4 months. But I'm pretty sure I've seen him get out of something.
Was he asleep at the laundromat?
He was asleep.
When did he fall asleep?
Probably right around when we got to the gas station.
And that was what?
It was like 12.
How many of those pies did you buy?
4.
And there was 3 of y'all?
There's 3 of us. I mean, I ate 2 of them.
You
I
ate
know.
2. Did he eat one?
She doesn't like them. He really wasn't eating anything.
When was the last time he ate?
Maybe earlier.
Well, I'm assuming earlier he ate at some point.
Yeah.
What time? I'm trying to narrow down what time you fed him last.
I tried to feed him when we all ate that chicken Alfredo he didn't want to eat. So we gave him his milk bottle again.
Is that what he normally eats? Is milk?
You know,
Well, he's 2 years old. He eats
food.
hard food.
Yeah,
Right?
he normally eats food. But I tried to feed him the chicken Alfredo. She tried to feed him some. He didn't eat it. So we just gave him his bottle, let him lay down there and watch TV with her.
Right. So the last time you remember him eating was morning time?
I mean, I can't say that. I think he was up about 2 something eating.
2 p.m.?
Yeah.
Do you know what he ate?
No, I'm not sure.
So from 2 p.m. to 2 a.m., he had nothing to eat.
I couldn't tell you that. I mean, because she's had him majority of the time.
Well, she left at 8, right?
Yeah.
But y'all were together the whole time.
We were together the whole time.
But you don't know if he ate.
I don't know if he ate. I mean, it's upstairs, downstairs, so I'm not watching
When-
her every move.
When y'all were sleeping, were they sleeping too, or were the kids out
They
there
were right
sleeping?
there in the room.
Were they sleeping or in the room awake?
He slept in the bed with us last night. She slept on the right by the foot of the bed. I think he ended up sleeping in there with us midday also.
The detective will now begin to inquire further on Ruben's cellular phone provider. A service provider, when requested, can contemporarily monitor an individual's phone, then reveal its exact locations at that time. This method of mobile forensics is very popular and is commonly used in dire situations. This will play a prominent role later down the line.
How do you pay your AT&T bill? Do you pay online? Do you pay
Online usually.
So you have an AT&T account?
No, I just, well, yeah. I mean, when you get the phone, you just get on that.
Do you know you pay it from the phone?
I'll pay it from my phone.
Do you have an
My debit
online
card.
password?
Yeah.
Can you tell me what that is?
8024.
$8024?
Yeah.
And you still don't have a problem with me going into your phone, looking at the GPS stuff?
Okay.
With almost 2 hours into the investigation, both detectives decide to leave the room and return one last time. As time begins to run out, detectives return with a more confrontational approach, questioning Ruben on his alibi yet again. The detective knows the flaws pertaining to Ruben's story, but just needs to confirm their suspicion, which would be a 10-minute gap before he called police.
Alright. Got someone going. Check some of your clothes. AT&T's pulling up your GPS. Alright. That little area right there, that's your apartment complex, right? It is. Take my word for it.
Right here.
Yeah.
In the circle.
Right there.
Yeah.
That's the apartment pool.
Hmm.
Right. Let's scroll out. Right in here. Along this road. I had 2 different people tell detectives that they saw your car over there yesterday.
They saw my car up there yesterday.
A bright orange car.
There's no way. I mean, yesterday I'm trying to think what we did, but
Just telling you what they said.
I'm pretty sure people see my car all the time, but
They said it was parked over there.
Parked
2 different people said
where it's about 100 feet from where it's at right now.
there's no way.
Well, if there is a way, I mean, don't get the way out of your head because.
Trust me, I know where my car's been.
Okay, I'm just telling. Hold on, listen to me. Before you get defensive, you're gonna get me defensive. Thing is, you got 2 people that don't have a damn dog in the hunt. Okay, that see an orange car yesterday, and then now all of a sudden the police are around the same orange car that's back in their neighborhood.
Yeah.
They don't know what the hell's going on.
Yeah.
Okay, this car, here's a picture of it. Here's where it is. It's parked. It ain't dumped. It ain't run up. It ain't hidden. It's just parked.
It's parked. Yeah.
So don't get defensive with us. We're trying to make heads or tails with it. I can just tell you this. Those people saw that car yesterday.
They might have seen it, but I guarantee they didn't see it over there.
There's 2 different people from 2 different residences saying that.
Wednesday.
Yesterday was Thursday.
Thursday.
So I mean, just we got to clear that up.
Yesterday was Thursday. You're talking about not today. Today, what is today? Friday. Yeah. So as of
when's the last time you've been in that area?
I sure as hell wasn't.
Okay. Well then, then that's that. Hold on. When's your car been?
That's a cut through neighborhood. It takes you over to San Jose.
Yeah.
Y'all never cut through there. Because that's the way I came to your apartment. I passed by that road going to your apartment.
San Jose before, yeah.
Well, I'm sure that's not what I asked. I'm not asking if you've driven on San Jose.
And as of yesterday, I guarantee you, because I told you the timeline where we were at, I told you who came over when I woke up, which was Brittany, woke me up. I'm at the door. I went with her, drove her car around just to see. She told me $750 was what she wanted. The least she'd take was $700. At that point, went back to the house, and I was in her car. Went back to the house, got up. She tried to get in the car. The car wouldn't start. Brittany took her to Family Dollar with all the kids. Came back. We went to sleep. It was no way. I guarantee you. And those people, if they told you that shit is bullshit and it's a lie, it's no fucking way that thing was there. We were asleep. Who the fuck took it? And then just brought it back to the house.
Let me ask this: when you were with her after you got this reported and stuff, does she know that you came home to do cocaine or grab cocaine? Have you told her that?
I told her that I ended up flushing stuff.
Does she do it?
She does it occasionally. We both do it occasionally.
So, I mean, tonight, though, after the police are there, did you say, hey, I came over to get some stuff? But
I told her I was at the house. And I told her, as I was on the phone with you, I said I was on the phone with the 911 operator. He told me what was up. Cops were on their way. Whatever. I heard a knock at the door as I'm sitting there at my desk. And I thought about it. I'm like, man, flushed it. I said I didn't want this just around. And that was it. That was cocaine. I guarantee you, what you're talking about, what's important is my car being parked over. It was never parked over.
I know what this is. Anything's important. Anything I ask about this is important. Do y'all always do laundry at that time?
I told you, we got a fucked up schedule.
Hold on, Ruben. Listen, quit diverting.
If you look at that laundry,
answer my question. Is that the time y'all always do your laundry?
We normally do.
Ruben claims there's no way anyone could have possibly seen his vehicle the time of Lonzie's disappearance. This is the only piece of information Ruben seems somewhat more confident about refuting. This leaves many to believe Ruben had taken extra steps in order to conceal his location. The detective finally confronts Ruben on his deflective behavior.
So if anybody says that, it's telling me a lie.
It's not out of the ordinary. I went there with all the kids. They've seen me with my 3 kids and her 2.
Do you normally do laundry by yourself?
I normally do. I'll normally have the kids.
No, but I mean without her.
She did hers yesterday, and I just did the rest of them today.
Wait, yesterday now.
Excuse me.
Thursday. She did hers Wednesday.
Did hers Wednesday.
Right, okay.
I did ours Thursday night, Friday
Ours
night.
or yours, right?
Ours, the rest of the ones that was in there. She did her dance clothes, and I seen some of her jeans in there that she did Wednesday. I did the rest of whatever was in that.
Did you tell her tonight that you went and did laundry?
I told her I left the laundromat, went back to the house, and I told her exactly what happened.
So you told her that?
Yeah, I told her I left the laundromat, whatever.
That's right.
But I guarantee that car was not parked there.
And the people that said they saw your car parked there are lying.
I was right there with the whole time. So why would it be parked there?
I have no idea.
Exactly.
You don't know anyone there?
I don't know
in that neighborhood?
No. It would not be parked there. Especially not, you're talking about Thursday. It was not there. We were in the house. I just told you that pattern. It was a long.
Has it ever been there? Has it ever been parked on that street since you've owned it?
No. Can I see her?
Not yet. You will be able to.
All right. What about Danny?
I don't know if he's still here or not.
And where are the kids?
Where's with her grandmother or her aunt? I'm not sure which one. One of them. called somebody. So that's yours. You got to serve that, right?
Yes, sir. You know how much longer it's going to take?
I don't know. I'm not the lead detective on it, but I'll try to find out.
Oh.
Okay. Appreciate your cooperation.
Yeah, it's no problem. Honestly, I mean, I want to cooperate fully, but do I need a lawyer or something? Or
I'm gonna let you talk to the other detectives. Okay. Hold on.
please?
She said that you wanted to talk to her. You wanted to talk to her. What's her name? She's getting interviewed right now. I told you can talk to her in a little bit.
Okay.
Look, you're not under arrest. You're not being detained. You came down here voluntarily, right? Because you want to help. You got to understand in these cases, we're being just as direct and you can call it hard, whatever you want to call it.
I understand.
That's our job. We got to make sure everybody's telling us the truth. And if there's a discrepancy, we got to figure out what it is. There's probably 10 teams of 2 working this right now. Me and him are talking to you. There's 2 more talking to her. There's a bunch out in the neighborhood. You just got to understand it is what it is.
I know.
You know,
The best thing you can do is be here helping us.
we got 2 going out to talk to the biological dad, and they're going to be just as rough or however you want to word it to him. It's nothing personal against you.
Yeah.
Okay? It is what it is. We got to get to the bottom of this and find this
I
child.
want to clear it up.
All right? So if you can just be patient. Do you need more coffee? Anything else?
It's running through me.
Okay.
Job.
All right. Just be patient with us. Hang out.
And how long before I can talk to her?
I don't know. They're still interviewing her. I'll bring her in here when they're done, okay?
Please.
But I'm not, y'all can't sit in here and talk for hours.
I don't want to talk. I just want to make sure. I don't want to talk about this. I just
You just want to
sit
check
and
on her.
make sure.
That's fine. I got no issues with that. All right?
Thank you.
The detective observes Ruben's need to talk to Lana and decides to grant his permission. Lana has since been questioned separately in a similar room and in a similar scenario. With a change of heart, Ruben decides he instead would like to leave the interrogation room. It's almost certain that Ruben has now realized the hole he has dug himself into. The detective reassures Ruben that since he was the last person to see Lonzie, leaving now would make him look more like a suspect than he already seems.
Thinking of, for one, I was thinking about water, but if I came out voluntarily, can I just go back to the house and you guys contact me?
You, like I said, you're not under arrest. I can't make you stay here, and you can leave anytime you want to. Let me put this to you.
Yeah.
If you ask me what I need, this investigation needs you right here.
Yeah.
Critical. I mean, right now, there's nothing more important short of finding that child than having you here.
Yeah.
But if you leave, that's on you. I'm just telling you, to help this investigation, I need you right here.
I understand. I'd rather just you guys call me or whatever.
I'm just telling you, if for me to say, hey, I need you, it takes away critical minutes from when that child needs medical care. For me to go get you and say, hey, I got a picture, look at this. Hey, I got some video, look at this.
Can you talk to me quick?
Yeah, well, I told you that's going to happen, but right now she's in the bathroom. So
Because honestly, I want to talk to her and see what's up. Otherwise, I'm just ready to go.
you're ready to dip on this investigation?
Not dip on the investigation.
Well, that's what you're doing. I need you here. If you want to leave, that's all. I'm going to guilt you. But if you want to leave, that's on you. But to me, leaving right now would be breaking this case. Would be breaking the back of this case.
Not
it is
breaking it.
no, dude. How long you been doing missing person cases?
0.
Okay, I've been doing this for over 20 years.
Yeah.
I'm telling you right now, you leave, you're killing this case.
I'm not trying to do that.
Okay, well, that's what I'm just telling you. I need you here. If you want to leave, leave.
I'm just ready to. I would at least want to talk to her and see what's up.
Do you know what the condition of that child is?
I have no
Okay,
idea.
that child right now needs us to find him. Yeah. He could be hurt or whatever. You are the last person with that child. Yeah. You're the person I need to be able to get my hands on in a second's notice, not phone. My hands on to say, hey, let's go here. I need you to drive me around here. Because I still need that. I need you to show me your routes. I mean, I need you here. If you leave, you're killing this case.
I'm not trying to.
Okay? If you need to nap, take a nap. I'll get a blanket. If you need to use a bathroom, walk in, get a bathroom. If you need food, I'll get you food. I need you here, though.
Man, this stuff is nerve-wracking.
Dude, hey, what about it for me? This kid's not mine, and I've left my family to come find a kid that's not mine.
That's why I said I wanted to talk to her first.
Okay, well we're gonna do that. She's using the bathroom and everything. But dude, I'm telling you right now, you leave, you will kill this case. I'm not trying to be funny.
No, I'm not either, because it's not funny.
It's critical that you're here.
This is a frustration line.
You can't do me no good out searching. You can't do me no good out sleeping or being anywhere other than Command Central.
I want to talk to her like right now.
Okay, she's in the bathroom, dude. I can't go get her out of the bathroom.
We could walk towards the bathroom.
No, this is a security area. I can bring her here. I will do that. Okay?
Because I'm ready. I'm ready to just go.
Give me 5 minutes, and I'll get her here, okay?
All right.
Because, let's see, Detective Sullivan said that you want to leave. I'm going to tell you what I just told her. All right, listen to me before you start all that. I need both of y'all here. If you leave, it makes it a lot harder for us to find him. Are you listening to me?
Listen.
I need you here, okay? I'll feed you. I'll give you drinks.
I'm not worried about that.
I'll do whatever I need to do. You're not locked down.
I know. At this point, it seems like it's shifting more towards. Honestly, like if I'm looking at like I need a lawyer or something.
Bro, if you were a suspect, that door would be locked, and I'd be going at you a lot harder than I have.
The way I've came over here, I've never been in the back of the car, no handcuffs, no nothing. But it's just that way. You're talking about you got witnesses saying that car was there, and I know it wasn't there.
Well, I believe you. I'm just telling you what they said. They did a neighborhood canvass, and there's 2 people in that neighborhood that said they saw that car there. Maybe they're mistaken. I gotta ask you that.
They said yesterday that car
listen to me.
was around.
Stop. We're not going to talk about the investigation.
Sorry. I'm just ready to go, and I think
all right,
tackle
dude.
this another way.
Then I'm going to tell you this, just like we told her. If you leave, us not finding him is on you. It's not on me. It's not on that detective. Because you're the last person that saw him.
I'm willing to cooperate 100%.
Then we need you to drive around with us and show us your routes and show us where you went.
I mean, I told you everything.
I need you to drive with us and show us. You telling me I'm not there.
I mean, can I get my phone I'm ready to go.
So you don't want to help?
It's not
one second. Can I talk to him? Can we talk by ourselves for a second?
That's fine. But I'm telling you, I need you to drive me around and show me. If you don't want to help, then just tell me you don't want to help.
Can I come with you?
No, you can't come with us.
Why?
Because you weren't there. You're not going to control the investigation. We are. That's the way it is. If you want us to find them, we know what we're doing. We're good at it.
I'm 100% with you.
No, you're not. You're telling me you want to leave. What's your pressing urgency to leave? Where is it you want to go?
I'm ready to go back to the house.
Do you have a job? You can't go back to the house. The house is locked down. It's a crime scene.
Well, then, I can go other places, but I'm just...
But why would you not want to be here to help? I don't understand that. That's just that blows my
Can I
mind.
just talk to him for a second?
Yeah, talk to him.
The way they tried to twist it. What's up? I'm ready to go. You can go. You're not under arrest in any way, shape, or form. The last one seen with him was me. I don't like this shit any more than you do. But when I'm sitting there trying to help out, cooperating with everything, I'm the ones that called the cops. I didn't fucking wait at all. But yet, the way he just tried to twist that shit on me, I'm like, come on now. Cut the bullshit. We were asleep the whole fucking day, pretty much. But I'm like, I don't I don't have time for that. I'd rather, if you're gonna twist it and take it down that route, and you're telling me pretty much I'm, without saying it, suspect, well then I think I just need to go and get a fucking lawyer. Because it's bullshit. That's why I'm saying I'm ready to go.
So is that what I need to do too? Not talk to him further?
I'm ready to go. I cooperated as much as possible, not saying fuck him. No, that's not what I'm saying at all. You got my number, you got every fucking contact. I'm just ready to go.
Maybe we should.
I'm ready.
You mentioned something on the news when you flashed over the news and they mentioned possibly foul play. Just thought you might not want to talk to him.
Yeah, I'm ready to go.
Well, I'm going. If you leave, I'm leaving with you.
Come on.
Stay.
I'm ready.
Stay.
I'm ready.
We're just down there now. We're just going to get an attorney.
And deal with it there. So, I'm going.
I'm leaving with you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stay near our phones. They got your phone?
Yeah.
I just need, and I need to check on Lana. You want, I need to call her mom.
Trust me.
Ruben has now been told he isn't free to leave and directed back into the interrogation room. This time, he returns with a jacket to keep him warm. Lana also returns, and the detective allows the two to talk momentarily.
Alright, look, no physical contact. There's gas in on the other side of the table. I'm gonna give you about 2 minutes.
No, just want to know what's going on, Ruben. I just want an answer. I just want to know if my kid No, I don't. I just.
I swear, shit don't look right, and I know I wasn't 100% from that first, but you did the job. All that shit. And shit, it is to me inside. It really is.
I just want to know what you know was be on the same level with them. Well, what it is, you know.
Listen, the 10-minute gap that I did this, I did that. One, I told him. It's hard to remember certain things, just like certain times or what I was actually wearing. Clothes like 3-4 times. Wearing some different with Brittany, something different when I drop you off, something different when I the gas station, something different, and they see all that shit as suspect. You go on the line, they see that as suspect.
I've gone over with her a little bit.
Tell her everything that that you guys feel.
I told her that I felt like you know where he is. Ruben, I told you, I don't think you're a cold-blooded killer. I don't think you're a kidnapper. I think something happened and you freaked out, and I think you know where he is. And I think you're the only one that can bring her any kind of peace whatsoever. But if you're not willing to do that, that's on you, man.
Just scared this whole
I understand you're scared. Sometimes we do things and we're scared to make it right, but we still got to be men and make it right. I can't bring her peace. You're the only one that can. No. No.
It's not what you think.
And what is it, Ruben? Right.
All I can think about every time I shut my eyes, all I can see is this little face. And whatever it is, good, bad, in the middle even, I just want to know if my kid's coming back to me, how I'm going to get him back, and what I need to set my mentality at, whether it be good or bad. That's it. Ruben, you can ask this man right here. I've even pissed them off by telling them I don't think that you would hurt my kid. Have I not told y'all that I didn't think he would harm my kid? I don't think that he did anything with my kid. Did you guys not? The other guy got pissed, so pissed he got up and walked off away from me. You know what? I'm not against you, Ruben. I'm not. Am I against the man? I'm really not. To the point where I've made them mad. I'm not against you. And I mean, they haven't tried to put me against you per se, but just, things.
I want to see you.
And that's fine. What did I just told the man outside that took me to smoke a cigarette that I felt like, I needed to you look me in my face and talk to me.
Let's go over it, Ruben. All right. Because I don't want her thinking that I'm making all this up. All right.
But he told me he wasn't honest in the beginning.
He wasn't honest through most of it.
I mean, from
your car leaves, correct? You want me to go get the piece of paper so we have the exact times?
What's up, Mom? Left the apartment.
When your car leaves and you're saying that someone stole it,
yeah,
right? You're not on video chasing after that car,
no.
Correct? Like you told us you did. 9 minutes later, you're on video walking back towards your apartment from. Is that correct? Thank you. At 2:06 a.m., the car leaves. At 2:15, he's walking back. That's 9 minutes, almost 10 minutes. Okay. You left the entire part out about being over in Southside. For whatever reason, I don't know. You lied about the text messages with the girl that you're going to buy dope from. You can tell me that it was a mistake or that your phone had a glitch, but I don't believe it because it's all right here. I got your text messages. I'm not making any of this up.
Everything is just off. I went and grabbed that.
You went and grabbed what?
The money.
Okay. You went and got the money at 8:30. You went to the South Side at 1 a.m. Around 1 a.m. For what? You showed me on the map. You were over by your old, where you used to live, correct?
Yeah.
Why? Where does she live?
She lives, if I would have took the other exit. But looking at all that stuff, then I came this way and just came back on 95.
That makes no sense. Because you talked to her and you got the answer at 8:40 p.m. So why go at 1 a.m.?
Because at that time was when I woke up, did everything else. I was looking at it and I just mistake. That was it. Yeah, I might have fucking texted her back, but we were calling, we were texting. I do that a lot, as you can see. Random ass times in the middle of the night.
No, there's really not that much random stuff. You talk to her.
But everything I do is random.
You talk to her at 8:40 about the pills, but you tell me and y'all agree basically to get the pills today. On this day, today, yes. Not at 1 a.m.
But she
now, I'm going to call her and I'm going to get her address. Then I'm going to go to her house. But I'll go find her.
I'm saying that conversation.
Trust me, we'll find her and she'll tell me. No one wants to be involved in this type of investigation. It's off of what?
I think Pine Acres.
Which is where?
Off of Loretto.
Off of Loretto.
No, Loretto's one way, Greenland's the other. Yeah, so I think it's Loretto before the welcome. Well, if you go down, damn, where is it? Come from Loretto.
It doesn't matter.
It's before, yeah, it's after the welcome store. If you come the other way, it's before the welcome store. I think it's Pine Acres, the light. But all that stuff,
all right. Well, then at 2:06:57, you send a text saying you're on your way to pick her up.
Yeah.
Right? Asking if she got the money from, I guess, Brittany or whoever. That's at 2:06:57. But at 2:06:53, the vehicle's pulling out of the complex. On video. So you can't dispute that. Okay. Do you see an issue with that? With those times?
I'm saying where were you? Basically at that time.
At 2:07, you say okay. You say okay. And then it's 10 minutes later before you call 911. Before you call her. 10 minutes, bro. 10 minutes. No, I'm saying before you text her and tell her to get a ride. 10 minutes is a long damn time.
I didn't think it was that long.
I know you didn't, but it was. And you ain't on that video chasing that car. No, you didn't.
I did.
You looked at the video, Ruben. I
video.
showed you the video.
And I didn't see much on it.
You saw the car leaving and you saw yourself walking back because I got you saying so. Right in this room, you said, yeah, that's me. And you said, yeah, that's the car.
Sure it's me.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure it's you too. And I'm pretty sure it's that car. At that time of night, maybe it's a fucking Martian came down and did it.
Well, if you said it.
It's a what if all day long. It is what it is. It's what's on the fucking video screen.
It's a Martian, but if you believe so, that's on you.
If I believe so, it's on me. If I believe that's you walking back, if I believe you killed that child and did something with him, that's on me. You're damn right it's on me.
Okay.
I believe it. She's going to believe it. She may sit here and tell you, I don't believe it. But I promise you, after she sees all our evidence, she's going to, and I don't believe you. I think you're a fucking liar.
All right. Well.
Come on, you're done.
This is the first time Ruben has been told directly that he killed Lonzie. The detective sees right through Ruben's calm and passive behavior, thus making such confronting allegations. A notable example, Ruben seemed much more confident in refuting a prior allegation of his vehicle being near the vicinity of the crime, versus the detective blatantly telling him he killed a 2-year-old child.
And the people that said they saw your car parked there are lying.
I was right there with the whole time. So why would it be parked there?
I have no idea.
Exactly.
You don't know anyone there?
I don't know
in that neighborhood?
No. It would not be parked there, especially not, you're talking about Thursday? It was not there. We were in the house. I just told you that pattern. It was a long...
Has it ever been there? Has it ever been parked on that street since you've owned it?
No.
Because I got you saying so. Right in this room, you said, yeah, that's me. And you said, yeah, that's the car.
Sure it's me.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure it's you too. And I'm pretty sure it's that car.
I don't know.
At that time of night, maybe it's a fucking Martian came down and did it.
Well, if you said it.
It's a what if all day long. It is what it is. It's what's on the fucking video screen.
It's a Martian, but if you believe so, that's on you.
If I believe so, it's on me. If I believe that's you walking back, if I believe you killed that child and did something with him, that's on me. You're damn right it's on me.
Okay.
I believe it. She's going to believe it. She may sit here and tell you, I don't believe it. But I promise you, after she sees all our evidence, she's going to, and I don't believe you. I think you're a fucking liar.
The difference between the two becomes apparent when played side by side. What happens next is truly an abstract moment as Ruben goes from wanting to talk to Lana to wanting to get away from her.
Sorry for doing this shit.
No, you should be sorry for what you did. Not pulling her into this. You should be sorry because you can finish this. You can bring her son back, and you won't. You're a freaking coward, dude.
What are we still doing?
I'm still working. You're under arrest. You ain't got nowhere to go, so sit tight. You can sit here all day long. Who do you want to talk to? You're done. You just talk to her. Okay, that's fine. But no, I'm not going to bring you one. When you go to jail, you can call one and get one. Okay?
He stopped it. If she believes, I mean, I did it. Come here and have her talk to me. Don't sugarcoat around. This shit is serious.
You know what? She loves you too much.
I know.
She's gonna believe whatever you say.
No, fuck what I say.
You miss. I tell you right now, you miss your opportunity to tell her how to get her kids out.
The other direction. Tell her to come over here and fucking tell me that she believes that I fucking did that.
Nope. I believe you did it. Don't matter what she thinks.
He believes it too. I know he believes it too.
I believe video. I believe science. I don't believe people. I don't believe people that lied to me 13 hours later when we should have had something to.
Why don't you have her come in here and not?
Because you know what? She's not the police. She's already shown me that she's not credible.
You think she's one person?
No, I tell you what she should have done. I tell you what she should have done. She should have jumped through here and ripped your fucking eyes out. Because you know what?
I'll let her do that.
Huh? Yeah, I'm sure you will.
I mean, really, bring her in here. If it's really, you know it's that important. Don't fucking close the door.
What do you mean? Bring her in here for what?
Bring her in here.
No, I just can't believe her behavior.
No.
If you're going to tell her where her kid's at, listen. Hold on. Shh, listen to me. If you're going to tell her where her kid's at, I'll bring her in here. If you're going to sit here and play that game, what you did a minute ago, she's not coming back in here.
Bring her in here.
Are you going to tell her where her kid's at? Hold on. Hold on.
A minute.
No, listen to me. I'll do whatever you want. If you tell her that you're going to tell her where that kid's at, I'll let her come in here. Are you? This is the deal. Okay? This is the deal. I'll let her come in here if you're going to tell her where her kid's at. We're not going to play these games.
Nobody's going to play games.
Are you going to tell her where her kid's at? Will you tell her where her kid's at? Are you going to tell her where her kid's at?
Can you please do that?
Dude, listen. You know you're under. Hold on. You know you're under arrest.
I know I'm not going anywhere.
It's a safety violation. Let me know. Have her come in here without me being in here, and not knowing what's going to happen. If you're going to tell her where her kid's at, I'll risk it. I can't do that.
I mean,
it's not how we roll. Remember, you don't know how to do investigations.
Come in here and let me talk to her though. Can she come over here and actually talk to me? Please.
If you tell her where that kid's at, absolutely.
Can she please?
Absolutely. Let me ask you this. When she leaves out of here, will she know where to go find that kid?
What do you mean?
Well, if I let her come in here,
hold
on, answer my question. Once you hear me what I said, I heard what you said.
I understand.
If I let her leave the door, if I let her come in and then leave, will she know where her kid's at?
Let her come in here and talk to me.
Answer my question.
Let her come in here and talk to me.
You know, fine.
What the fuck? Just, where is he, Ruben?
I swear to you, I did. I fucking did a lot of things, but I did not do that shit. I did.
That's just, it's not fucking solving anything.
It's not. I know it's not.
That's all I want to know is just where my kid is. That's it. I don't give a fuck who done it or how he got there. I just want to know where my kid is.
I know that.
And you're the only person that can give me any kind of answers. You just.
So you think I know that then?
If you do, I mean, they're saying you do. They're saying you do. I don't know what else to. There's no one here for me to fucking ask. There's no one else.
There ain't nobody here.
There's no one else for me to ask where he is. I mean, I just want to know where he is. That's it. I don't want to know detail. Where is he? I'll go get him my fucking self and cut all this goddamn bullshit out. It is bullshit. All this is bullshit. These people gonna try and tell me that they don't know if I don't know where he is. Bitch, I don't know where my kid is. All I want is my fucking kid. That's it. I'm tired of chilling out. I have held myself and held myself and held myself. Now I want my goddamn kid back. That's it. Plain and fucking simple. I could literally take this chair and fucking throw it around this room 1,000 times and it's not gonna do me no good. I want my fucking kid, Ruben. I want my kid back. If it was you would want them.
No, I would, man. You think I don't fucking...
Man, I want him back. I want him back. I don't care what I have to do. I want my kid back. Plain and fucking simple. I'm not allowed to touch you. They're standing right there watching. I'm not allowed to fucking touch you. Me and you. It's me and you. Fuck these people. Fuck everyone else. Where's my kid? If you had to guess, where would you say? Where would you go look right now? If me and you were on foot, where would you go?
I told you, guess what?
Where?
Woods, but he's obviously not. That was my initial guess.
Mine too, but that's not where he is. If you had to go right now, where would you look? Where would we go look if we were out looking? You don't know.
It's
I'm getting really, really mad. First my feelings, hurt, whatever. No, I'm getting past that shit and I'm getting pissed off. I want my fucking kid back. After I get my kid back, then, my feelings may be different. I don't even really give a fuck how he got to where he is. I want to know he's alive. I want to be able to pick him up if he's not okay and get him help if he needs it or if it's even at that point anymore. My window is closing to me not finding my fucking kid, Ruben. Just point me in the direction.
I don't know. Don't do it. Don't.
I have no one else.
What the fuck? I'm telling you, I didn't.
And I'm telling you, okay then, just tell me where you would start.
Where the fuck would I start? How the fuck can I pinpoint one place in all of Jacksonville?
Okay. Where's somewhere close from where the car was found, Ruben?
The car was found.
Who lives around there? I don't know. I'm not from here.
That. But why the fuck he would never do nothing like that, man? And I'm not even saying that. I shouldn't even say his fucking name. But you fucking brought that shit up to me at first. There's no way in hell that.
Well, that's the only thing that I can think of. I don't know. I'm not done talking to him yet.
We're done.
I'm not. Obviously, I'm, no offense, but you guys ain't giving me no answers. This is the person y'all say got some. I'm not leaving until he gives me a fucking answer. I want to.
He won't give it to you.
I want to know where my fucking kid is.
I want to know. Just tell me 10 minutes. Just give me 10 minutes. Give me the 10 minutes.
It's not even funny.
It's not funny? Yeah, it's not funny. See, this is a joke to him.
It's not funny. You're sitting there coming here like,
let's go.
Kind of like small.
No, not yet.
You're gonna go or he's gonna go, one or the other. So I'll walk him out or I'm gonna walk you out. But one of you's gonna leave. I'd rather you walk out. You come with me. He obviously don't want to tell you. I'll guarantee you. I'll look at you.
Just give me a direction.
And tell you on everybody's life in here, including my own, my kids, whatever. You know where that boy's at. I'll bet you $1 million or whatever you want. I'll lay it out right here. You tell me. You know where he's at. You are lying to her. You're scared or whatever. You know what happened. We're done with this. She's out of here. You had a chance to tell her in your own words what happened or what is. Now you're just going to let her go. This is the only thing right here that's going to support you through this whole transition. Okay, this is a transition. This is a day in your life that is changing you forever. Both of you. Okay? You're losing her. The last one right now that gives a fuck about you, you're losing her.
30 seconds. 30 seconds. Please.
If I come,
look at her and let me fucking talk. let me.
She don't need your manipulation anymore. Okay, because right now you've lied to her. Why don't you look at her at least say I've lied to you? No? Then let's go.
I've lied, but I told you what was up.
No, well, you lied to us. You still ain't told me what's up because I don't know where you are for 10 minutes. And I know where that car is in 10 minutes distance, where your son is at. So, where that car is. So you say whatever you want. This right here is your key. You got a rare opportunity. You got a rare opportunity. I don't give anybody like this.
Well, give me the chance.
I've given you a chance. I did it. I kicked myself in the ass for even letting her come in here and letting you have that little last bit of control. It's done. It's done. Control. Sweetheart, let's go.
Let me hear what he's got to say.
You gonna say it here with me?
What he's saying about control, manipulation.
No, let's not go there.
No.
Where's her son?
Tell me.
Where's her son? If you wanted 30 seconds, you got 29. 28.
I'm not trying to tell you to wait on me. That's not the case. I'm not trying to fucking say.
Give me some commissary money. Tell her where her son's at.
I'm just trying to say, just move the fuck on. I'm trying to tell you I didn't do it. Shit doesn't look right, but.
I didn't do it, but shit doesn't look right.
It doesn't.
Move on. That's what he's telling you. Really? Come on, let's go.
What the fuck? I'm not trying to manipulate you. I'm not trying to keep you on.
Move on.
I tell you I love you, but I swear to God that shit did not happen.
Did you tell her about that you were doing 2 drug deals and trying to do cocaine that night? Do you know about that? He did 2 drug deals that night.
What did I tell you?
What did I tell? Yeah, and what did I tell you guys? I don't.
Wait, hold on. Wait, you're saying no. You're saying yes. Who's lying?
He told me earlier.
Upstairs.
You told me. You told me that hadn't been.
No, I didn't. I told you just a while ago. He just told me that.
You?
He just told me that a second ago.
That's okay with you?
Unbeknownst to Lana, this will be the exact moment when she would be considered a suspect in her child's disappearance. The discrepancy between the 2 alibis starts to surface, and Lana would eventually return a second time to elaborate further on her whereabouts.
First time that I was in here, he just told me that.
Let's go. 30 seconds is up.
Why you can't just give me a direction at least?
Because I don't know a fucking direction.
All right. Well, that's all I need to hear.
I just need a fucking area at least to start. We just need. I just need an area.
Sorry.
Please don't.
We got an area. Now, I'm going to either pull you out by the chair or I'm going to pull you out because...
Well, you just have to pull me out because I'm not going to leave the one person that can
I'm going to pull him out. Let's go.
At least lead me to my kid.
I'm going to pull him to another room. Come on.
Ruben, don't get up. Sit here and fucking talk to me.
I get it. What the fuck?
Come on. Let's go. I'll pull you out. You had your chance.
Why can't you just fucking...
Tell you what? What the fuck? I don't know.
Tell me any fucking thing.
You let everybody down, man. You want to keep letting everybody else down on this?
I want my fucking kid back. Plain and simple. I want it back. I want him back. I don't give a fuck. Look, nasty as it sounds, whatever. If there is something that you fucked up with, made mistakes, whatever, I'm the only fucking person that can push that. I'm the only person that can push that to do whatever to you, Ruben. Just let me know something and I don't give a fuck about the rest of it. Just my kid. That's it. Just my kid.
What's his name? What? Little kid? That's who he is? Let's name him, okay? He's not your fucking kid. He's your son.
Yeah, he is. I just want him back, Ruben. I want to know if my kid is fine. I want him in my arms, whether he not be fine or he not. I just want to hold my son.
The detective picks up on this disassociative behavior. Not once does Lana refer to her son by his name, only calling him child or kid. This can be interpreted in multiple ways, but the overall outcome usually isn't good. In a sudden shift of disposition, Ruben goes from wanting to desperately speak to Lana to wanting to leave the room. This relates back to a physiological response, also known as fight or flight. The detective notices this change in behavior and begins to use Lana as leverage. going from wanting them separated to keeping them face to face, again using any moment to his advantage.
That's it.
Ruben, you can take us where he's at.
Just point me in the right direction. Fuck, I'll do the rest.
You want to draw a map for me? Or do you want us to go, you want to ride and take us? It's got to happen, man. I'm tired of browbeating you with all this. It's got to happen. It's going to happen.
I'll stay here. I don't have to know detail, nothing, just...
No, you deserve all that.
Well, I know, but I'm just saying, if that makes it easier for him to do what he needs to do, then, you know what I mean? I won't...
Take us to where it is. Do
or
the
at
right
least
thing,
to where
man.
you were coming back from.
No.
When he was coming back from the apartment.
He knows where he's at or who's got him. I guarantee that. You know where he's at or who's got him. But do the right thing, Ruben. Come on. You keep fucking up. You keep tripping. Things keep happening to you. Life is hard for you. Do the right damn thing for once. You were trying to do right by helping these kids out, helping her out. I know that. She went to bat for you like nobody's business. But you fucked up tonight, man. Not saying you're a murderer, but something happened and you were there. And I told you earlier, accidents can be ruled accidents and homicides can be ruled a homicide. And, forensic science and the medical examiner can tell us the difference. But tell us where he's at, for God's sake, for her. She deserves that. Do the right thing. If that's all you want to do in this conversation is tell us or show us where he's at, then let that be. I want to ask you another question. Let's get home.
Go with him and backtrack. Wherever, you know what I mean?
No, he can take us right there. Let's end this now. He can take us right there. I'll be glad to drive you there. You sit in my car. It'll be nice and comfortable and quiet. If you have to ride with us, fine.
I don't care. As long as my kid brought back to me, then...
What is your mama name for him?
What do I call him? Baby man.
All right. You deserve him back.
Yeah.
Okay? We see it on you, Ruben. Dude, you're not as hardened as you think, man. I see it on you. I see something in you. Tears don't come out of a person with a black soul. Do this right thing, man. Come on, just once.
The rest of it can be fixed.
The rest of it can be fixed.
Please just take him where you went. Ruben. Well...
Was it an accident, Ruben?
It don't work that way.
We go with that.
No.
No.
You're good right there.
Why you want to leave all of a sudden? Why you don't want to face me? Huh?
Too much for me.
I know you are, man. Come on, let's do the right thing.
Man, I'm in that much more. I don't even know. I'm like lost up in the air. Just wondering. Ruben, you know what it's like to wonder if your child is okay? Or if you're ever going to see him again? Huh? Do you know what that feels like?
He found out tonight. And I bet it freaked you out.
Take them to my kid. If I can get him back, the rest of it, I can fix it. He can help me fix it if need be, whatever the case may be.
I want her to see him at least one more time.
So do I.
Okay?
I told you.
I don't want her to have to see a picture. That's the last time. I want her to see him one more time. If that's where we're at, I want her to see him physically one more time.
I just want to hold my baby. That's it.
You deserve that.
That's
But the
all
longer
I want.
we wait, her last time is going to be yesterday.
There you go.
If I leave, you're gonna tell this man what he needs to know if you can't tell me. Even though I'm the one sitting across the table from you, Ruben, and I'm the one that lays down with you every night. And you can't tell me, of all fucking people, anything. Just give me something.
Told this girl you loved her, man. And don't be fake about it now. You owe it to her, man. Come on, Ruben. Huh?
I'm ready to go.
Go get him?
I know, I'm ready to go. I gotta get up.
Go where?
Away from her.
You owe it to her.
Let's go.
Why? Do you want away from me so bad? We've been apart for how fucking long now, Ruben? That's
13 hours.
That's the longest we've ever been apart. To do with anything. Why are you pushing me away? When all I've done is ask.
At his back.
Ask him, why would you think this, to the point where this man fucking, looked at me and says, well, fine, you're right there where he is now. I think you know what he knows. And I would never do anything to harm my baby, nor anyone else's. And if I knew, I would fucking say I knew just for the parents' sake.
She's been
I'm ready to go.
You know where to go, dude. You're here.
Where? You said the other room.
No, if she didn't want to leave, I'm good. I'm good. I might go. You want 30 seconds with her? Do the right thing. Come on. Deserves that, dude. Deserves that. She's blaming herself. She blamed herself.
She should. I'm the one that let the car on and left.
Well, it's not just that either. She's not. She's good right there. You see, she won't let me, so I'm not going to take you out either. So.
Say whatever it is you're not wanting to say, Ruben. Just tell me whatever it is. What do you want me to leave for? Why am I leaving?
I can't keep doing it. I don't want to.
This is the situation at hand. I don't want to fucking deal with this either. Okay, I wish that this never fucking happened, that this wasn't on my plate to have to clear. But what am I supposed to fucking do? I'm at a standstill on finding my fucking kid. No one knows where my child is. Okay, I go to work, I come home, my baby's gone. All I want to know is where he is. Whether he's fine, whether he's not, I just want to hold him regardless.
Let's put it out there, Ruben. He's not fine. He's not fine. We know that. I think she knows that. He's not fine. Okay? It's out there. It's out there. He's not fine. I can see it on you. I can read you like a book. He's not fine. And I'm sorry. He's not fine. Let her get.
I don't like this shit. I don't like seeing him going up.
Let her get some peace, dude. And don't tell me anything else after that. Just tell me where he's at.
You ask him. He's not supposed to have physical contact with you.
How can I do that, man? Can I let her come in here? I think the least you could do is let her know.
Street name, just whatever's gonna put us.
If I have to turn my back after that, I will.
There ain't nowhere where we can have like privacy where maybe you'd be more comfortable to tell me.
No, because
and then I can tell you whatever.
Because this is for everybody's protection. I don't want nobody to say that I did anything to you, I did anything to him, or he did anything to me.
You can't turn the mics off for him to talk to me.
It's all protection because I know it's backup systems. It's backup systems because if the cameras fail, you got audio. If the audio fails, you got the cameras. I mean, so it's our policy. I can give you privacy, and that's pushing the limits at that point. I'll give you privacy as far as me leaving, but you know the reality of it is, okay? Where I'll leave you alone, but you won't be alone.
Yeah, I know that. That's why I asked you.
But I mean, I'm concerned. I'm not let you alone a minute ago.
I'm just trying to put out a comfort level to where I'm just trying to get an answer.
I know. We'll make this as
whoever gives it to me, then that's who gives it to me, and that's gonna be the person that I hold a fucking candle to, is whoever brings me my child.
There you go, Ruben. Plain
and simple. At this point, I just want my baby back. I don't care who brings him to me or how I get him back, or I've had kids missing in my family before that didn't get found. I'm not stupid, my kid's close to me not finding him, period. Either not finding him or him dead when I get him back. I'm not stupid. And I'm already basically past that window of getting it back safe, and I know that.
Yes, we are.
But I know that. I'm not stupid. But all the fucking same, regardless of what my baby.
Can you see it on his face now after what he's been doing here?
See what? How can you
Are
not
you just
cry?
sad
how
for
can
her?
You not be torn the fuck up?
Well,
it's not just sad for her.
Oh, it's not.
I fucking have feelings for him too.
Okay, well, you should have feelings for him, but because you know what happened to him. I mean, there's no denying that. You are the key to this whole thing.
You know how it is.
How is it? How is it? I can tell you how it is.
Her
son's missing, and you know where he's at. That's how it is.
I sat there and tried to potty train. The same one that loves me not as much as you, but still loves me the same. I mean, in such a way, but it's just, man, you might feel it's just all me, or that I'm just all this whatever person.
No, listen, I don't. I can tell you this. I know things happen. I'm telling you right now. I'm not saying you didn't have love for that kid. But right now, you're showing more love for yourself. And that's what bothers me. As a parent, I'll stand in front of a train, bullet, or whatever, building falling down for my kid. I think she will too. I think you would at one point, but today, you're letting fear control you. I want to find the kid. If you want to go get in front of a train after that, that's on you. Give me the kid, and I'll let you stand in front of a train. Get her that kid. If you love this woman, get her kid back. Was an innocent person in this. He loved you. I'm sure you play with him ways that she couldn't play with him. You had your own relationship with him. And mom's always going to have her relationship with him. But let's get that kid back. I'm not saying you didn't love him. Nobody has ever said that. And you won't convince me, or anybody won't convince me of that. But you're showing more love for yourself right now. And that's what making me mad. You know, I can tell you right off the bat, when I ask somebody to tell me the truth out of the chute, and they don't, I know who I'm dealing with. It's as simple as that. We asked you straight out the chute to be honest, and you lied for over 14 hours now. This is the last chance you'll be able to see somebody. If she don't have her son, I want her to see the person who let her son go. If she doesn't get him back, I want her to be able to sit a foot away from the person that let her son die.
Go. Do you hear me?
Take me to my kid. I want my kid. I want my baby. I just want my baby. And if he's not okay, I at least want to have my baby where I can do what's proper for him, and I can even start to fathom not having my baby.
Oh, man. You may not be able to help yourself, but you can help her.
Go. One of us has to go.
I can help you, Ruben. I'm the only one that can make that shit stick, or whatever stick. That's it. Whatever they're trying to say, whoever's trying to say, whatever it might look like. I have my baby, good or bad. At least I got my baby back. And we put all this shit behind us, whatever. What'd you tell me when we went for a walk and we come back? This will blow over. Help me. Just help me get it to start blowing over. I want this to be over so bad. Whether my baby's fine or he's not, I just want it to be. I want this to be over. This is the worst feeling in the world, just not knowing.
You really feel I'm the one person I can tell you.
I don't know who else to turn to, Ruben. You're always who I turn to.
I'm the same way she says. I don't know who else to turn to. All I know is I've got a liar right here. Whenever you've been asked to do the right thing, you've lied. You've got a 10-minute window that you can't explain, brother. And that's everything. That's everything. And I know, unfortunately, my gut tells me what it is. But you got to have some courage for once to man up on this. If you want to sit here and look at me in the eye and tell me I'm way off, why don't you tell me I'm way off on this? You can't.
I already told you what.
No, you can't. So you can't even do it. Look at her and tell her you had nothing to do with her son getting taken or killed.
Go.
See?
Go.
Exactly. Now, know for yourself on that.
It's nothing. I can say it all day, but they don't want to.
You can't. Oh, they. Now it's okay. Now it's us. Now it's them guys.
You really think I did?
I've been cussed up and down.
Sure has.
Look at me.
For defending you, for taking up for you and telling them I didn't feel that way. I don't. Whatever.
It's you and him now. It's you and him against the world. It's you and him. That's what he wants. You and him against him.
Have I not been me and him against the world for the most part?
You've had his back.
I mean, I've not turned my back on you once, Ruben. I just need an answer.
You're asking
I need to
so
know.
You do think it was me?
I just need to.
Yes. Tell him yes.
I just need to
Tell
know.
Him yes.
I need to know that.
Tell him yes.
Can you give me my baby back?
No, I can't.
Okay, then let's go. Then you got your answer.
Is my baby fine?
What the fuck? You asking the wrong person.
Really? That's how you're going to talk to a woman like that?
You're all the only person I have to ask. Ruben, I don't have anyone. Do you see anyone else here around that I can talk to?
We got to go now. Seriously.
Please.
Come on. We're going. Serious. Come on. Serious. You got your answer. What the fuck is he going to tell you? That's what you got. So come on.
There's nothing I can do. I can't point you in a direction. I can't tell you anything.
It's Ruben's world. Come on.
Whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't do anything.
Nothing?
I left that fucking car on. I should have never did that, but we've always left it on.
Oh, yeah. What, to go do drug deals? To go do cocaine? Run the house to do what?
No, I really.
You want to do cocaine is what you told me.
No.
Oh, that's not what you told me. You ran inside to go get your cocaine that he got from you at Wacko's. Did he tell you that?
I told you what was up. you said.
I got it. It's recorded. I ain't got no reason to lie. He said he gets it from you because you get it from Wackos.
I said we can go in there and get it.
No, that's not what you said.
I said that what we did that night was from her.
You got it from her at Wackos. You say you can get it at other clubs. You got it from her at
all
Wackos.
that fucking
it doesn't
shit,
matter.
I don't care about. I really don't give a fuck about that stuff. All I care about is where my baby is.
Hold on, listen. All right, then I'm going to grab you. First of all, I will grab you if you don't get up. So if you don't want me grabbing you, stand your butt up. Stand your butt up if you don't want me grabbing you, please. 1. When I get to 3, you will be grabbed. And if I have to drag you out of here, I will drag you out. This is a prisoner. 2. All right.
You can't give me nothing, Ruben.
I can't. How can I give you anything?
I don't know. Ruben,
exactly
please just...
Come on.
Please just tell me.
Come on. No.
He's not going to tell you. Required to feed yourself too.
Ruben was taken into custody where he was held on multiple charges while the investigation continued. A few days later, Lana was taken into custody to clear the air on any discrepancies from her previous altercation with detectives. In the beginning of Lana's interrogation, Lana is seated similarly to Ruben's prior interview. She is greeted on short notice by lead detectives that have been investigating her case for the past few days. Unbeknownst to Lana, she is held on a warrant for child neglect and will not be going home. We will observe the common procedure of rapport development rejected and a more upfront approach will be initiated due to the suddenness of the situation. The interrogation starts with Lana being read her rights.
Again, not meaning to offend you. Do you have any drugs today?
No. Well, I checked my prescription, but...
Okay. What is your prescription for?
It's for anxiety.
Okay. Do you know what that is?
Xanax. But
okay.
It's not the 1 milligram one, it's the one underneath that.
Smaller than
less than... it's a low dose.
Less than 1 mil. Okay, when did you take that?
Like 2 hours ago.
Okay. I'm sure that you probably had a little anxiety with all this going on.
Yes.
Any alcohol?
No.
Okay.
This is our first glimpse of guilt Lana expresses when talking about her medication, as she specifically details the amount so the detective doesn't think otherwise. This shows clear signs of guilt and will resurface later during the investigation. Lana signs a written agreement stating she would like to speak to the detectives without the presence of counsel. The interrogation commences.
All right. First thing I want to show you, and I don't think I'll even have to go through this, but just to make you understand, what do you recognize that pink highlight is?
Cell phone number.
Right. Whose is that?
It's mine.
Right. This is the date, 7/25/15.
Mm-hmm.
That's the very first day that he went over there to jail.
Okay.
Then obviously that's all the same day. So, in case you didn't believe that he has not got the loyalty to you that you think he does, in case sometimes I know it's easier to prove something to somebody if they see it or hear it than it is to just tell them. Okay. Yeah. So you see what this highlight is? Mm-hmm. Do you recognize that number?
Not right off.
Okay, that's number.
Okay.
So these are all of his calls to her. Okay.
The detective starts by creating doubt in Lana's mind. This is crucial for setting a foundation for the questions that will soon follow. The detective meticulously uses her information as leverage and creates doubt that Ruben doesn't truly care about her, even blatantly admitting that...
What I'm trying to show you the comparison is, who you think he's clearly reaching out to.
Her.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, I don't want to, I'm not trying to throw that in your face.
No.
Okay? I want you to have a feeling that, it's pretty clear we listen and do everything we have to do to prove this case. Okay. And if part of it is getting you to understand we are not the ones trying to BS you, then I'm ready to do whatever it takes to make you buy that.
Yes, sir.
Okay? All right, so how about this? You talked about a green shirt.
That looks teal to me, but I pulled out everything that I could.
He has a green shirt,
Okay.
but it has no sleeves on it.
Okay.
But it has a truck on it also.
Okay. So this is not the one he was in the night before you left. Mm-hmm. And to clarify, when you left for work, he had some sort of green shirt on, but it's not this one.
Not a tank top, but just a sleeveless shirt.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So that's definitely not it. The stains on that, are those stains that have been there?
Yeah, SpaghettiOs.
Okay. It's kind of what it looked like, is raviolis or SpaghettiOs.
Is that ripped? Is it torn?
I think it's just the way that it's folded,
okay,
to be honest.
I was going to say, because it wasn't ripped or anything.
I think that's just the way that it's folded, to be honest. But if it is, that had nothing to do with this. Now, we may go through these a little slower. What do you recognize this as?
That's Ruben's.
Okay. Do you recognize it from that night or any other time? Think about when you're there, you show up.
I'm trying to think.
You remember what he had on?
When I got there?
Yeah, when you got to the apartment complex.
I know he had a white shirt on and khaki shorts.
Okay.
The detective begins to re-jog Lana's memory, having her recall Ruben's attire the day of Lonzie's disappearance. Lana states Ruben was wearing a white shirt and khaki shorts, similar to that of the newly discovered surveillance footage. Lana has since been shown the video and states she wasn't sure if the person in the video was Ruben or not.
Does this look like the shirt?
This looks like... Could have been. I think so, maybe.
Yeah. If I'm not mistaken, they've turned this inside out for him. Okay. Now, how about this? I know it's like a generic, right. You see what it's on? You see what this is? It's like laid on a brown piece of paper, and it's got a measuring stick. Opposite of what you see these, okay? That's just laid on a little brown piece of paper so they can put his clothes out. They're measuring this up. They're measuring it up for a reason.
Okay.
Is there anything that you notice about that shirt? Look at it.
Maybe down in here, through here.
Right.
Stains.
Take a look at that.
Looks like blood to me.
Yeah. That's exactly what it is.
Do you remember him being hurt in any way? Was he bleeding in any way?
Not when I left him.
Okay.
Not when I got out the car to go to work, he wasn't.
By Lana recalling she hadn't seen any blood on Ruben when she returned from work, detectives can now safely assume that the blood they found did not belong to Ruben, and any remaining DNA had been cleaned prior to Lana's arrival. The detective begins to inquire further into the injury Lonzie sustained. It's worth noting Lana's answers as she recalls these injuries.
And while we're talking about the blood right now, was there... I can see where you're upset. Do you want to take a break a second? Okay, let me turn that over. All right, listen to me. Was there ever any time that had a significant injury where he was bleeding a lot?
No, he had a little scratch on his leg.
Okay.
But that was from where he just had like a bug bite, it looked like, I guess, and he scratched it.
Okay.
So he did that to himself.
Was he bleeding at all that day?
And any of the little bite that you talked about down there, it's nothing more than a Band-Aid would have needed, even if that. Okay, so at any given time, was he bleeding a large amount? Not whatsoever. Okay. In the last week, can you remember any time where he would have taken a fall where he was busted open and mouth bleeding?
He had a little mark right here on the bottom lip, but he was we were in the kitchen. I was with him when that happened.
Okay, so you saw it.
Well, I gave him a popsicle because
Okay.
he was teething real bad and he bit his lip a little bit. So.
Okay.
But other than that, no, and it wasn't even he didn't even bleed really.
Did any of that blood get anywhere else other than the kitchen?
No, it didn't even get in the kitchen. I
Wiped
used
it
a
up.
little napkin.
Okay.
It was nothing.
All right.
The detective will now question Lana on her thoughts of the authenticity of the surveillance footage put forward. Though the quality of the video is very low, police are certain that is Ruben in the video, but just can't prove it.
This is I want to show you the and I'm looking at it upside down, so you'll have to excuse me if I go backwards. This purple line is basically a route.
The route that he took or something.
Right. I know there was some talk about whether or not you believe the validity of that video that we put out.
Well, I didn't say I didn't believe it. I just said that it was so blurry,
Right.
really, that I couldn't hear him and I couldn't tell. They asked me, "Is that Ruben?" And I told them, "Well, it's kind of blurry."
Right.
And I was just being honest.
And this is part of the clarification for you, okay? What I'm not allowed to do is make stuff up for you or him. I'm not allowed to make up evidence. I'm not allowed to tell you we found a bloody hammer and it belonged to victim's blood. I'm not allowed to make stuff like that up, okay? So understand me when I'm telling you something. This is something we know we will prove in a court of law, okay? All right.
The detective assures Lana that the information she is telling her can only be truthful. This is entirely incorrect. As seen numerous times before on this channel, police can and will fabricate the authenticity of evidence in order to coax a suspect into a confession or simply seek a reaction. Police can often conclude to incorrect assumptions due to false information. In this case, police have concrete evidence that they will use to persuade Lana that Ruben is hiding something.
So our video time of him leaving is when you look at the video, he goes out, watch him go out, and within enough minutes, he is this house right here. There's a little pin right there. It says
Sierra Madre.
Right, Sierra Madre Drive South. Okay, the little pin. If you come out, come around here, you're going to pass this house. And when you pass this house, you come up here to this Cespedes Road. And then the car was dropped off right there. Okay? So this house video, at the same time, within a couple minutes, 3 to be exact, from the time he comes out of here, sees the car. Now, no other cars are going by.
Right.
Sees that car go by. Then 3 minutes later, he comes running by. Enough time for him to get around here. Guess what? He comes walking back in the complex.
And he's on video there too.
Right. Walking back in.
And he recognizes himself, and it's worse quality than the other video.
He actually says, "Yeah, I believe
yeah,
that's me."
Okay.
Yeah. So, what we're trying to tell you is,
He is at fault, obviously.
Yeah. What clearly we'd have to start with is I need you to understand the story of the car being stolen with the child in it is total horseshit. Okay? Do you understand that?
I do. I understand that.
All right. So
where was my baby when
he wasn't, to the best of what we can say, he only brought this car over here.
It was an alibi. He was trying to.
He was never in to begin with.
No, he was trying to stage an alibi and make it look like a fake abduction, and that someone else had taken.
Okay.
That's why he was in such a hurry to get back. We timed it from start to finish.
He actually ran it.
I'm a lot older than him.
Right.
I drove that distance and ran it back, and I did it in faster time than he did.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I'm 59.
So he probably stopped a couple times. All that weed.
Yeah. But the time frame is right.
Right.
Yeah.
There is no.
You have no reason to lie to me.
I don't. Well, and of stuff like this, why would I?
Exactly.
So if we.
Do you remember the clothes he was wearing?
She said.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That night when you got home.
Khaki shorts and a white
Do
shirt.
you remember the shoes he had on?
DC.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing in the video.
Okay.
Can't mistake him.
Okay.
The white DC label as he runs by.
Now he was real cocky in jail when he was approached about this because he had only seen that first video from the apartment, and it was a terrible video, but he recognized himself.
Okay.
He didn't see this one when he was running his mouth. After he ran his mouth, then I think his family got attention. They got you. Maybe.
Yeah.
The detective starts off with a simple question, then inquires further into the living conditions pertaining to Lonzie. It's worth noting, upon further evaluation, Lonzie did not have a separate bed, a question that Lana will display a hint of guilt when elaborating.
So, understanding this, it leads us to the fact that, number one, clearly, that car was not stolen, and he put it there. Now, if there was, putting this out to you, if there was some bad accident that happened, whether it was intentional or not, would you, as a mother, get care for your child?
Immediately.
Absolutely.
Immediately.
There's no one else that had care of this child. Okay?
When you got out the car that day at work, was it calm?
Yes, he was. I gave Henry a kiss.
Was he hurt in any way?
No, he was drinking his bottle and had some red fruit punch in it that I'd made him right before we left.
And I hate to bring you back to that particular time and all, but I know you went to work and you came back. When the kids go to sleep at night, when you have both of them or one, specifically baby man, where do you put them down to bed?
Normally let them fall asleep in bed with me.
Okay.
And then once they fall asleep, I'll make them a pallet at the foot of the bed.
Okay.
And he didn't really like the pallets. He took to the black bean bag that's in the apartment.
Right.
So I put him a little pillow at the top of it, and he'd sleep with his Toy Story blanket on top of it.
The black one?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Do you ever put him downstairs to sleep?
No, never.
Never?
No.
Never once made a pallet downstairs for him?
Yeah, to watch TV, during the day, while I'm up.
Okay.
And
listen, there's no big deal.
Well, no, I'm just saying.
not trying to make you...
I'm just saying, but not at night. I would.
No, we're just saying that sometimes as
I
he
don't
lay
sleep
down.
I don't sleep upstairs, and then him and my kids sleep downstairs.
No, that's not what I was implying.
No, we're just wondering if you ever make a pallet downstairs for the kids.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, likes to make the pallets, and they watch the TV downstairs.
How often do they watch TV downstairs?
We had actually just started letting them do that, a week before all this happened.
A little bit closer, just to make sure that you see it well enough. There is no describing it. It is a white sheet.
Yeah, I didn't put it there though. Okay. That's not the palette that I made for.
What does that look like?
What?
This is this. Okay. This is this. Blown up. Okay. This is dried a few days later. So it's a little bit lighter.
So this is after that, right?
This right here is how we found your house.
Mm-hmm.
When we examined this sheet, it's very easy to see. It looks like this.
Yeah.
It's still wet.
Right.
That's still wet.
Okay.
The sheet goes to our property room, and it's put in a place safely, securely, where it can dry. So as it dried, it dries a little bit lighter. You see the difference?
Yeah.
Okay, so this was at your house.
Mm-hmm.
These little things here, that's what's called a hemodent test. They swab it to determine if it's based on the test. It's not the God's awful gospel. We send those swabs to the lab, and we just can't guess whose blood it is.
This is simply to tell us whether or not it's
we believe it
human
is.
blood.
Right.
But this is, they come back as food.
Okay, I know, I got you. This is what we took this carpet. Okay. You know, sometimes I'm usually telling people, guess what? It's not like TV. It doesn't work like TV. This is going to work like TV. Do you see what that looks like? Yeah. That's the stool. You see what this is. Okay, I'm not gonna make you stare at it, alright? We've sent a number of things to the lab. We don't just guess. We physically know.
What did he do to him?
Let's go back to the bruise on his head a minute. And if you have ever thought in your mind, today is the day to say whatever you possibly can remember, if anything was different, holy God, today's the day, okay? I'm not...
I know that he was very aggravated with the fact that she wouldn't let him see his kids.
Okay. She being...
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And he had made a couple comments, that he was holding it. I remember him holding it in the kitchen and he was crying. Yeah. Ruben was crying, and I went to take the baby from him to go upstairs with him and give Ruben a minute, and he's like, no, it's kind of, he helps me feel closer to mine. And they just let me hold him. So I let him hold him, and then later on he just, I don't know, he kind of made me mad at first, because he was like, I don't mind, watching your kids. They take my mind off of my own. And but I kind of got like that sense, like, maybe, well, I'm watching your kids, but I should be watching mine. You know what I mean? Right. So I was like, if it's too much, I'll just, till this stuff gets settled between you and her, I can stay at my mom's. And he was like, no, you took that wrong. He was like, I just miss my kids.
Right.
So.
Here, we are able to ascertain what Ruben was going through prior to Lonzie's disappearance. This insight gives us a better understanding on the raw emotions Ruben were experiencing days prior. At this point of the interrogation, the detectives has gotten Lana exactly where they want her, and that is against Ruben. The detective now changes her line of questioning, going from informative to much more confrontational, exploring any possible scenarios that may seem plausible. The detective also inquires further into any physical injuries Lonzie sustained.
Now that you understand what we're dealing with, there's some questions I'm going to ask you. I'll ask you to be honest, okay? Did you strike in any way to cause him to bleed? Ever? Not one day in his life? No. The drugs that you had talked about Ruben kept in the dresser upstairs, to your knowledge, did have any way of knowing that those drugs were in there?
Not to my knowledge, no.
Was commonly left unsupervised in that room to where he could have gotten into that drawer?
I never left him in the room. And even if I exited the room with my knowledge of that being there, I would make him and him with me.
Okay.
Just because kids are kids.
Right. Did you do anything to allow the baby man to get into these drugs and become overdosed?
Okay.
Are you aware of him getting into the drugs the day of this incident, the Thursday? Didn't come out chewing on pills or spilled pills on the floor?
No.
Okay. And so, by looking at what type of injury that we obviously are looking at, are you telling me that you had nothing to do with this?
Yes, that's exactly right.
Okay. And who else in the world had care and control of that boy that Thursday or Friday?
Ruben. That's it.
Okay. So let's go back to the bruise on the back of his head. In our last discussion, we determined that you were the bruise was brought to your attention by Brittany.
Mm-hmm.
And that was that Thursday that you went to the dollar store and got the shrimp Alfredo.
Mm-hmm.
Describe the size of that bruise to me. 50-cent piece, quarter. Draw a circle. Draw a circle for me. Just think of how big it was.
This is
and you're pointing at it. Point to me where it was.
I can probably show you.
Okay.
Better.
Yeah.
Probably like
right in there.
Here.
Okay. So right in there, and then draw the size you think that bruise was.
probably felt like that. I mean, that's just like from long life.
Okay.
Probably about like that.
Okay. Now, you talked about it being bright in color, like bright purple, bright blue.
Like a purplish.
Okay. So purplish. You also mentioned something on the side of his face.
Well, he had been pulling at his ear.
Okay.
And on that side.
Okay.
And it just looked like it was a little bit red, like maybe just right through
here,
just right through.
On his cheekbone.
Well, a little bit under it.
Under it, okay.
Yeah, a little bit under his cheekbone.
Which side?
The same side that it was on.
Which is what side?
Which, that's what he's asking. Left side?
On the left side?
Left side. And I figured that it was like an ear infection, you know, because they can cause your ear to swell.
How long did you notice that bruise?
I had just really noticed it. I didn't wake up. I didn't get up until like 5 o'clock.
That afternoon?
I got up for about an hour or so around lunchtime or whatever when Brittany took me to the doctor.
To the dollar
store.
Right.
I didn't notice it. I didn't pay any attention. I noticed it looked a little bit reddish through here.
You sleep real hard?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
Yeah, I do.
Sleep with the door shut?
Mm-hmm.
All the kids downstairs during that time?
Ruben normally doesn't wake me up. He normally takes the kids if he leaves. He takes them with him, or he takes them downstairs and plays with them, whatever. Okay. So I'm normally up there by myself asleep.
All right.
Lana now admits to leaving both of her children under Ruben's supervision before and after returning from work. She states her door is often closed and Ruben would take the kids elsewhere while she went and got some rest. The detective realizes how truly careless her actions were, and this leaves them momentarily flabbergasted. They further elaborate on the injuries claimed by Lana's mother, and wonders why she didn't take Lonzie to the hospital when brought to her attention.
Those are just so, we talked about this before, but that's when you get a baby with a head injury. And we're not saying that, his head was split open, but when you have a bruise back here or anywhere on their head, like when your mama saw the stuff he had on his face when we believe there was something about pushing him down the stairs, your mom said, we got to get him to the doctor.
Yeah.
Like with today, she took her to the doctor to see the scrape on her back.
Yeah, I went with her.
Right, so and that's just on her back. When you have something in their head, you can't wait till tomorrow. That stuff's got to come pretty quick. And that's, talking about that with Ruben, go through that again. Brittany sees the bruise and you say something to Ruben about it. Mm-hmm. Tell me what you said.
I just told him, I said, how'd that get there?
Right. And then what did he say?
He said, I don't know, I told you, this is what I was telling you about earlier, and I was like...
Didn't tell me?
Yeah.
Okay. And you correct me if I'm wrong, my understanding was Brittany is there at the house with the two of you and Ruben and the kids. Mm-hmm. She sees the bruise, she calls it to your attention, you go to Ruben, what the hell? And that's when he tells you, hey, by the way, I already tried to tell you about that. Mm-hmm. Is that about right?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying it's word for word, but
yeah,
the scenario is the same.
Yeah.
Because my understanding, and by her records, Brittany's gone by 1:30 to 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So could it have been earlier in the day?
That what?
That you saw the bruise and you had the words with Ruben?
It could have been.
Okay.
Very well.
And I'm not trying to nail you to the cross on whether it was 7 o'clock or...
No, and like I said, my times, you know what I mean, could be off a little bit.
I got you.
By acquiring a basic timeline, detectives can safely hypothesize on the chronological order of events. They begin to describe their ideas of what possibly could have happened. The male detective will now elaborate further on an injury called a basilar skull fracture.
There's and I'll let you explain this a little better with your medical background. Explain the basal fracture.
A basal skull fracture. You hit someone like a child hard enough in the head that what it does, it can leave like a hairline fracture. It's not something you can see.
Okay,
if you look at him, he looks okay. but he's not acting quite right. He becomes
Tired.
lethargic, which means that
Sleepy.
He's sleepy.
Okay, like I
he's
said,
groggy
he
acting.
kind of clingy and
Have you ever
tired.
He's irritable. He doesn't eat right.
So that's why he was acting like that.
You're a genius.
And what's the reason that bruise?
Well, I mean, I figured that it was just because, you
I'm
know.
messing with you, trying to lighten it up.
The reason that bruise appears is because there's bleeding inside the head.
So he about.
And here's where the skull ends and has an opening. So the blood is trying to escape. And then what happens?
So where does that?
If it
where
goes,
does this blood come from?
If it goes untreated, the fluid start coming out of the ear, which is the cerebral spinal fluid. That fluid kind of filters the brain. It's like a cushion, and it goes down your spinal column. If an opening occurs where this fluid starts to come out, not only does it come out, but bacteria goes in.
Okay.
When the bacteria goes into that fluid, they develop meningitis. They start getting fevers, and if it's untreated, they die.
So how did all that happen just like that?
That's one of the things that could have happened.
So that's just what.
But it can also remember that
happened.
lethargic, that grogginess, the irritability,
The vomiting.
they are hard to deal with because you can't soothe them. No matter what you do, you can't make them feel better. So you become irritable.
So you
lose your patience again.
So y'all thinking that he just probably couldn't handle his whining or
it
whatever,
happens. And it happens. And he hurt him because in the majority of cases where a young child is killed by a woman's boyfriend, because the boyfriend has no real attachment to that child.
None.
And it's easier to lose your temper when it's not your child.
Listen, if I could tell you, like, what he says to you and what he says, that he's only telling y'all what y'all want to hear. You know what I mean? Not to hurt your feelings.
Dude, you can't hurt my feelings no worse than what they already are.
I want you to understand. All he's doing is trying to manipulate you.
Well, fuck him.
That's what you need to be.
This is all about manipulation and control.
Yeah.
Well, he obviously is.
This that you saw on his head. Remember how I was so emphatic with you, and you got to understand. Knowing what I know and seeing what I see all these times, you see a kid's head bombed up like this, and his cheek is red, and he's got fluid, yellowish fluid coming out of his ear. That is a classic sign of, oh shit, you have a serious head injury.
Well, see,
and
that's what he's. Yeah. I've never had one of my kids have a head injury or anything.
And see,
you did that day.
Violence toward children can quickly escalate. You know?
Obviously.
The detective begins to challenge Ruben's alibi of going to the laundry 12 o'clock in the morning. Although this isn't entirely out of the ordinary, what is abnormal is Ruben going by himself. Lana states Ruben would usually go with her and both kids, which wasn't the case that midnight.
It's you or him, and it's him that came up with this elaborate plan to try to say that, and anytime you confront him with something, well, I'm telling you, we saw you walk back. Yeah, I walked back, but you didn't see me run through the wood line. No, bitch, we didn't see you run through the wood line because your ass didn't walk through the wood line.
Right, you drove that car out.
Yeah.
He spent time trying to figure out how to cover his tracks up to the point of staging this abduction of which was already gone.
So at what point of the night when I was gone did he do something with it?
Well,
the time frame's narrowing down.
And just think about it a second. This starts a head injury.
Mm-hmm.
Brittany points that out to you that morning.
Yeah. Well,
and you don't. I'm going to assume that since you only see it Thursday, that it's possibly not there Wednesday. But if this is the first time you're seeing it, if you gave him a bath the day before, do you remember seeing it?
It wasn't there.
Okay. So then we can, when I say that's what he means, when we can talk about timelines, if you gave him a bath Wednesday, or you gave him a bath Thursday morning, or whatever the time frame is, and it wasn't there, then we know sometime around when Brittany was there, between there and the last time you saw him where it wasn't there, that's when that happened.
Right.
Now, could there be another injury?
It had to have been before I got up.
I agree with you.
I took it before I got up.
And here, you know, there was so much talk about, you know, whether you do or don't do laundry at 3 in the morning. Look, I get you do laundry at 3 in the morning. That's when you get off.
Yeah.
I do laundry, well, shit, I ain't got off before, I don't know when, but normally I would do laundry on my day off. And that's just how I do it. Sometimes I'll throw a load in at 6 o'clock when I'm home. You don't get home until 2. So I get it. But when asked, is it normal for him to go to the laundromat at 1:45 in the morning?
Not alone.
But alone, before, why would you drive out? None of his timeline makes any sense.
Right.
For example, I know I got to go get you at 2 o'clock. I don't have any gas in the car. Okay? Guess what I'm going to do? I'm not going to go at 12 o'clock and get gas and then come back in. Wait, 2 kids? Who wakes 2 kids up to go get gas at one time, but you don't have to be anywhere for 2 hours?
Right.
And it's friggin' midnight. Who does that? No one. No one does that. Except Ruben.
He left at 12 that night too.
12:33. He was at the Kangaroo.
Did he normally do that? When you were at work?
What?
Drag the kids around town?
No.
Video surveillance were able to capture Ruben's vehicle hours before Lonzie's disappearance. It's worth noting the distance Ruben parks from the laundromat, most likely an attempt to distance himself from the cameras. This would be the exact moment before Ruben headed back home, leading to the 911 call. The detective begins to cross-examine Ruben's alibi, starting with the calm 911 call.
Let me ask you something. This is very important to me. I want to take you to this time. Okay? I'm not saying, and let me just put it out there. In your we're talking, you know how you'd say the car ignition was jacked up. And there were times that you would go to a store and you would leave it running because it's hard as hell to start back up. Okay? But you did not leave the kids in the car.
Fuck that.
Okay. And I agree with you. I'm with you. I'm not accusing you of that. Let's just say, for the sake of argument, that this is one of those rare moments. You got to get some Tylenol for the baby. You can't, there's nobody at home to watch him. You run to the CVS. Your car is within sight. You run in.
I'm gonna take him out with me then.
I know. I want you to. I want to say to you now. Tell me what you'd say, and I want you to fill in the blank. This is a fill in the blank game. All right, work with me. Work with me. You're gonna fill in the blank. I'm gonna hand you my phone, and I want you to tell me. I want you to pretend like this is what I'm gonna say. You go to CVS. It's emergency, extenuating circumstances. You think to yourself, I'm just gonna be in there a second. I know exactly where the children's Tylenol is. I'm gonna go and take it to the counter. I can see the child, and all of a sudden, someone jumps in your car.
And your child's in the car.
And your child's in the car. What's the first thing you're going to do?
How you going to do it?
What's the first thing you're going to do?
I'm going to fucking yell, hey, someone stop that car. My kid's in it. And then I'm going to call 911.
Okay, this is you. Pretend. What are you telling 911? Tell me right now. Your fucking kid's gone. What?
My car's just been stolen with my kid inside of it.
How long did that take you?
Not long at all.
3 seconds?
Yeah. If that, I mean, if it...
31 seconds. Oh, I'm sorry.
You're fine.
31 seconds is what it took that fuckwagon.
It took it that long. He took to just come.
Let me play it back for
that?
you. Yeah, my car's been stolen. Where are you from, sir? 8030 Old Kings Road. Okay, what kind of car, sir? Just like this.
Okay, well, why wouldn't you have already put in there that my child was inside of it?
Just like this. Calm. Can you imagine the panic? The panic that would be in you.
I would be flipping the fuck out.
Absolutely. Absolutely. If I let you hear this, it's going to make you sick. It's just like me and him are talking.
I don't even need to hear it.
Hey, and you know what?
Okay, that's 31 seconds. That's how long I've been talking. And he just now said, oh, my son's in the car.
Yeah.
Jacksonville, 911, Archibald.
Yeah, someone reported a car stolen. It's a 95 Honda Civic.
You know who stole it?
No, I don't. It's a 95 Honda Civic, and somebody just took off.
Okay, hold on 1 second. Let me just check and make sure it wasn't towed or anything, all right?
It couldn't have been towed, not that quick. And it's my kid is in the back, still in the back of the car. My kid is in the back of the car.
Okay.
And you know why he said it? because the dispatcher told him. So basically, when you say your car's been stolen, they ask you some questions to get the officers en route. And then they need to know some things about the make and the model and all, which he asked him, because he hasn't said there's a kid in the car yet.
That's what I'm saying. So
hadn't said there's a kid in the car yet. He's not even panicked. He's like, hey, my car's been stolen. My car's been stolen. Like, my car's been stolen. Even if there's nobody in the car, my fucking car just went down to Bay Meadows. Get the fucking cops here. Yeah. Even with nobody in the car, would you not agree?
I've been tripping the fuck out.
Tripping the fuck out. Exactly.
I had everybody else hollering 911 too.
100%. Screaming your full head off. Yeah. Okay, but we're having a calm conversation.
I probably stole somebody's car.
You know why it's calm? You know why it's calm? Because the car ain't stolen.
And there's no baby in it.
And there's no baby in it. So here's the thing.
I gotta make them believe it.
Yeah. 31 seconds it takes him. That, 31 seconds it takes him to say, and it's because the dispatcher says, here's what happens. They got to get your information, right? Mm-hmm. And then they're going to tell you, common practice, we're going to check the towed vehicle file. Because sometimes people's shit gets repoed. Right. So before we go send an officer to make a stolen vehicle, legally those people can repo your car.
Yeah.
So they don't want to put a stolen vehicle in the system with a tow truck driver going down the road, Mm-hmm. That makes no sense. So the dispatcher told him, I'm going to have to check this on the tow and storage list, sir. And he says, and my son was in the backseat. Just like that, and my son was in the backseat. The dispatcher said, whoa, hold on, what? Say what? What'd you say? The dispatcher gets panicked. Your son was in it. Yeah, he's in the backseat. Not ever panicked at all.
That would have been like the first part.
Yeah.
I would just say my kid just got kidnapped. Someone stole my car.
What's more important, the kid or the car?
Fucking both. If my kid's inside the car, then that car's very important.
Right.
Find that fucking car and my kid in it too.
It wasn't important to him.
It wasn't important to him. You know who else? When he made his text. When he made his text to.
So what did they do with him? I mean, where in this point of time? I mean, when you see where he's went, where could he have went with him?
There's a time frame.
It's not adding up to me.
See what he puts to Daniel? I'm outside. Car stolen. Police talking to me now. Do you see anywhere where it says missing?
No.
Do you see him say, baby man's gone? What the fuck do I do? That's what he sends him.
Almost 2 hours of persuasion. The detectives are almost certain they have Lana on their side. With this intended goal, they begin to conclude their interrogation, answering any last questions Lana might have.
So no matter what.
But what I can't figure is how did he get around? You assume she was there.
I don't think she's paying attention all the time. She's a
kid.
She's watching TV.
She's easy to distract.
Yeah,
and you know what Daniel told us? When she's
probably watching TV with Lexi.
Yeah.
Probably playing the tablet and
she was.
Lexi.
She was. When they got back to the house, there was a period of time that he was home just with the two kids.
So how did he get it past Daniel even? You're a grown ass man and you can't tell me you're inside this apartment and you ain't hear nothing happen to my baby, and you just watched Ruben walk out the house with a bloody baby and everything. You're fucking full of shit. Someone's full of shit.
Listen, hold on. No.
That's not possible. I would know if someone was in the other room hurting a kid.
But he wasn't there. Okay.
Well, where was
Daniel was when they got back from McDonald's, when Ruben and the baby got back from McDonald's, the McDonald's and getting the ATM, he does go back to your house.
Mm-hmm.
And he is there a couple hours alone before Daniel gets home. When Daniel comes home, he goes in his room, brings Lexi in his room, because he thinks they're in there asleep. Well, hears him come in, goes to the room, knocks on the door, comes in at this point and stays with Daniel for a while.
But the baby's still there.
That's something we're trying to decide.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, because I don't see how he would just if blood or anything like that happened to the baby,
right.
She would say it.
And that's what I'm saying about Daniel. Think about that. It's in the same room. Okay, if she saw it, she would say it. Same thing with Daniel would. Daniel is all about doing the right thing. It has nothing to do with Daniel. And to be honest with you, I don't think sometimes things happen and people can plan it out. This was not something he planned out. This shit just happened,
and he
had to cover all this shit up.
And he didn't do a very good fucking job.
Well, he thinks he's smarter than he is. What you're never smarter than is what 30 people, 30 people in science. Because when 30 good minds, and there's 30 good minds in this office. When you take 30 good minds and everybody talks all the time, and you're coming up with suggestions, and you're coming up with what else can we do? You're trying to defeat 30 people that do this for a living? Really? You know the old saying, there's never a perfect crime? There's not. There's just not. Because ultimately, if there was a perfect crime, your dumbass would not have left this. Your dumbass would not have left the friggin' the sheet with the blood all over it, would you? Hey, listen, I want to make you understand that no matter what, all along, I've looked at every avenue possible to include you because I had to. Nothing personal.
Hey, if I hadn't done anything, I'd deserve my ass to be right there. And I'd give my life for my baby, for him to just have one more minute of his.
Let me ask you a question on another note. You remember Brittany?
I remember Brittany. Kelly?
Yeah.
Brittany Foot. The one who died.
He's talking about the girl that worked at your club that went missing.
Oh, I wasn't working there when that happened.
Okay. You weren't working there in March?
In March?
Of this year.
The detective concludes and leaves the room momentarily to invite Lana's mother into the interrogation. This strategy is often done in many other cases in order to seek a more genuine reaction, which we will see very shortly. Here, we will observe Lana sitting way too close for the detective's comfort.
Go see what she's doing. You need anything?
Yeah, I do. I need you to go over there to the jailhouse.
Like I said, you wouldn't believe the number of calls of people that want a few minutes with him. A lot of people. A lot of people in this office. I'll be right back. You good though?
Yeah, do we have to bring my mom in here, or can we talk to her in there?
I mean, that's good. She must have, she's ready.
It isn't very often a family member gets to speak directly with the suspect. Again, this is often done when an interrogator has nowhere else to go and needs a more genuine reaction. Throughout the entirety of the interrogation, Lana has yet to maintain any compassion for her missing child, changing her demeanor from guilty to forgetful to playful. It's these particular moments that will later resurface and play a major role in Lana's sentencing.
I went to talk with your mom a minute, like I told you I was gonna. And we got some good people in here. I don't want your business to be out. I sat with your mom for a little while. She wanted to see the majority of the pictures that I showed you. And I showed her. Okay. Just to make sure that, you know, I'm clear with both of you. Part of the reason we had to talk to her was to get her information as to whether she harmed the child, whether she was aware the child was harmed, whether the child gotten into any drugs. That was some of the allegations against her. Okay. She's given me an answer to that, and I'm satisfied with the answer. Okay. Some of the things that went on in here with this baby.
If I ever see you with a black man again, I'll disown you. You understand me?
Yeah, I understand you, but you have to understand too. White men are just as capable.
Yeah, let's do this.
I understand that.
Let's do this.
I understand what you're saying, Mama. But
I'm not like that, okay? I'm not going that way. I understand where she's coming
yeah,
from.
because it was a black man that done this. I understand.
But let's just say this.
But there are plenty of white men that have done the same thing.
You stick to your own.
Here's the thing. At this time and point, I want to know if there's any questions that you guys have of me together.
Yeah, you started in. I know that it has nothing to do with this. What did he do to someone else?
He's had some violence against one, two, her sister, And as far as the rest of his past, I don't remember.
A missing girl?
No, that was she's talking about that girl from the club.
Oh yeah, no,
I thought there was somebody missing.
No, we asked your daughter if she knew there was a girl from Wacko's that back in March that went missing.
Okay.
Had nothing to do with this. Had nothing to do with Ruben. It was a girl that went missing that she was never found. No. Well, I mean, to my knowledge, he had nothing to do with that. But that was just to find out if there was common knowledge that this girl went missing from Wacko's and how what source she went missing. Because we have a missing person. And sometimes you like to look at patterns and go, does somebody know this pattern? You know, so that's why we were asking that. Some of the things that, because I don't want your mama to be surprised by this, okay? Some of the common things that came out, the knowledge of Ruben's drug business, okay? Does that mean she harmed the child? No. There were some things that I'm sure that we would agree that probably weren't the wisest of decisions that I'm sure she will learn from that occurred. And you two fighting over it probably isn't the greatest idea. More so, this is mostly the time to try to figure out where to go from here. Okay? Does that make sense? I'm trying to say she didn't always make the right decisions, but in my mind, she's done nothing to hurt this child.
If you think I hurt my kid, then
I didn't know. I don't like the idea that
she doesn't think that.
I don't think that.
Well,
if I did, I'd.
Well, why are you looking at me like that? If I thought he'd hurt my kid, I wouldn't have fucking left him with him.
And you know that's.
I'm hurt too, just because.
Well, you're looking at me like I'd done something wrong. I didn't do anything wrong. I didn't know he was gonna fucking hurt him.
Here, we observe Lana clearly being more distraught on what her mother thinks of her versus her own son being missing, even grabbing a tissue as soon as her mother walks in. Most certainly abnormal behavior, being Lana wasn't sobbing prior to her mother's arrival. Though everyone handles grief differently, it's safe to say this is yet another red flag of neglectful behavior.
Or I never left my kids with them.
If I'm giving you a dirty look,
she just saw these two, and so your reaction is one way, hers is another. Okay, does that make sense? Some people react differently.
You know, I've never been a big crier. I cry sometimes. I cry alone. Sometimes I don't cry. I'm just, you're.
Oh, I'm not. No, these are not heartbroken tears. These are the tears that I gave up that opportunity while he was across this table from me. I'd have choked the fucking life out of him if I had known this thing.
I'm just very, very angry.
Well, I'm gonna do everything I can to get him put in bed.
Well, maybe they give him the.
Well, let's do this. Let's let the process go where it's going. So at this point, I want you both to understand. We're going to continue to make this case. We work, as you know, with the state attorney's office daily. Mr. Manti, Miss Corey, Miss Kite.
Why didn't he just call me and tell me I can't deal with his kid? I don't understand that. He knows that I've kept one of my other grandkids all the time.
Yeah, he knows that. Because something happened that caused something to happen. And
it's just that she kind of feels like he just maybe snapped and lost it, and
it's possible.
Hurt, just went,
lost it. But you don't snap on an innocent.
But you know what?
On a baby like him, he was too sweet.
Do you know when I
no baby to start with, but
look at me. Do you know when my
baby?
I know. Do you know when
I know it's your baby, but it's my baby too.
Lord have mercy, Jesus. Okay, thank you. My last baby death was Florida, Georgia this past year. That's just mine. There's 24 people in this office. To try to understand why these men do what they do, I can't ever begin to explain it to you. There are all sorts of opportunities.
I never trusted men. Did I tell you if I ever divorced your daddy, you would never have another man under my roof? Why was that? I don't trust men. You wonder how I ended up with one? No daddy since I was 14. He made his mistakes, but I told him, I said, you won't make them with me. You made them with your first wife. I've known you because his sister.
Is that your daddy?
Mm-hmm. His wife and my aunt were sisters, so I've known him all my life. I knew the mistake that he had made. But I said, you won't make that mistake with me. And He did time.
I get it.
But anyway, it wasn't with nothing with children.
Right.
He was good with children. Very good with children.
Speaking
so
about,
I believe that everybody deserved a second chance, but not, not this kind of chance.
No,
not being a murderer, not
Nope.
on an innocent baby.
Nope.
Not even a teenager, not even a 5-year-old, 4-year-old, 10-year-old,
My letters
8-year-old.
I know, Lord, how do you talk?
But that was the sweetest
Okay,
baby.
I know. And talking with
He
what
never
we
cried.
Mama, let her get done. Please let her get done. I'm ready to go home.
listen. You understand what you read in my paper, right?
Hmm?
You don't get to go home.
What?
Did you hear? Did you ask me if that was a warrant signed for you?
Yeah.
That's what's signed for you.
So
For
I have
child
to-
neglect, yes.
For
You have
child
to-
neglect.
Yeah, it's not for hurting your child as far as this incident.
So I'm going to jail.
Yes. Yes.
Lana is now greeted with the surprise that she will not be going home. Instead, she will be booked into the county jail under one count of child neglect. We will now observe Lana question the detective on the severity of the charges. It's safe to say this isn't Lana's first interaction with police.
So when she asked for
I
a
want to
lawyer,
know
I
what
gotta
all you're
respect
being
that.
charged with. I guess she can tell me.
And I'll tell you that in front of her.
Okay.
It's definitely, like I explained, it's child neglect.
What level of child neglect?
It's a 3rd degree felony.
What degree is that?
That's the lowest.
That's the lowest.
That's the
I
lowest.
don't know nothing about law.
That's basically saying I made a poor decision.
Right.
And it's not a hard time.
Absolutely.
But you'll do time.
Well,
I might get off on that.
let's let that.
I'm saying 1st degree is worst.
It is.
2nd degree is not so bad.
Right.
3rd degree is
She's
really not that bad at all.
She's right.
This is just for them to cover their own ass, basically, to like a lawyer and.
It's a process.
Yeah.
You're not as a parent allowed to do certain things. It's considered a form of neglect.
Even though I was going to take him the very next day to the doctor,
Correct.
I should have took him right then. Is what they're saying.
Would you not agree? With that head injury, with a bruise
With a
behind his
bruise.
ear,
He had that bruise. Remember I told you he had a bruise.
Mhm.
They're saying because he had
A
that
bruise
bruise, and I didn't
and
take
a-
him right then.
and the red mark on his face.
Yeah, but it didn't cover his face like that other
I
man
didn't
tried
say
to make
that.
it out to her.
I didn't say that.
Yeah,
Small
a
red
little
mark,
bruise.
small red
Yeah.
mark, and a bruise behind his ear.
They're saying that.
In the state of Florida, that would.
I thought it was an earache. I thought it was an ear infection. Apparently,
He had no red mark on his face.
I agree with you, but this is Thursday, right before this happened. This is the start of this incident. Okay.
Yeah, on Monday he
I
did
should
not
be out
have none
soon.
of that.
I should get R&R if anything. Hopefully.
Well, the baby was not harmed on Monday. I can tell you that.
Okay, well then we're talking about Thursday. I didn't
Oh,
harm
they're
him. That's why it's
Thursday.
a 3rd
To
degree.
keep
wasn't
from me
there.
asking her questions, I don't want her to violate her rights. I'm gonna let you talk with her a minute, and then we can talk outside. But she's asked for a lawyer, and I don't want to violate her rights. So that means I can't ask her any questions. And by us talking, I'm afraid that might happen. Is that fair enough?
Mhm.
So I'm gonna.
If
let
you want
two
to talk to her,
with
you got to talk to her out there.
Okay, can I ask you one question or no?
No, you can. You can ask me all that you want. I just can't
I won't
answer
speak.
questions. It's okay. I don't mean you not to be speaking.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying I won't.
Well, I wanted to ask for something legally.
Well, you need to ask her out there.
Probably a good idea.
Okay.
Probably a good idea. Let me give you a minute to talk with her because I want you guys to have a second, and then I'm
Did you
gonna.
see them pictures?
Yes. Yes. Listen, I feel certain, and I'm going to say this in front of you now. I feel certain that she understands what happened. Who did this? Your mama asked me if I thought I got through to you. I would say the answer is yes.
Fuck yeah.
I would say, even now, knowing that this is a process for you too, I would still say you are clearly understanding what went on.
I got the picture when you leave your kid with somebody and they don't have your kid when you return. They're responsible for your kid.
With that, I don't want to violate her rights anymore. Then
You need to talk to her outside, Mom.
Okay. Did you want to talk to me
But
now?
do you want me to give you a minute with her? I'll give you privacy. Just tell her to knock on the door and I'll come get her, okay?
I'll take the other 2 kids tomorrow. Do you want me not to? I'll tell you, Daddy, not now.
What you need to do is I'll get a phone call. Sometime tomorrow I'll get a phone call. Don't leave that fucking house where you can't accept my call. Because I'm not gonna have no money on my books either, and it could take a week for them to get
You need cash right now for put money on the books so you can have phone. There are ATM window out there and go get you some.
That's fine. What you do is you come right here. Remember the big when we came in, where we came in at, where you parked. You know where you parked out across the road.
I'll find it.
The jail visitation center is right here. The big 2 stairways that come up together right there that we passed. And there's 2 computers in there. You need to ask her how you put money in there for me. And that'll allow me to buy a calling card where I can call you and it won't charge your phone bill. Okay, where it won't cost you. I'll be able to order a calling card and some fucking tampons. I'm gonna look for a lawyer tomorrow. They'll send me several, and then I'll meet with a couple of them.
I don't know why he done that to our baby.
I don't know either, Mama. But it's just like I said.
He didn't have no toleration.
I won't be in here long. I won't be in jail long. A 3rd-degree felony is the least charge they can give you.
No, he'll get.
They're giving me the very, very lowest one that they can.
He took away our.
Oh, he's getting the death penalty. Now make sure of that. But I can tell you this.
If he don't get a bullet between his head.
Bingo.
He didn't have to do that. He gave us our baby. All he had to do is say, "Come get this baby."
I'm gonna tell you this right now. I'm gonna do everything I can to get him to back.
I'm gonna go find out.
Do you hear me? Tomorrow, if you start calling down here, you need to let Hugh Fish know I'm locked up. Okay?
Alright.
You need to let him know. And also, start that's right now that's about all you can do, Mama. Hear me? That's about all you can do for me right now.
I hope you never come back to Jacksonville.
Alright, well,
it's a shitty place.
Yeah. Tell her what I need her to do for you.
Help me go get a call card? Is that what you said?
No. Yeah.
What?
Your mama didn't know where the car was. I had to find it first. It was a trip. Y'all were parked in the front of the building, not the back. So it took me about 20 minutes walking with her, trying to find the car.
I tried to tell her how to get there.
Yeah. I have searched even for the Bobo cigarettes and I can't find you any. Look, turn them out like this, because that way it doesn't lock up on you and hurt as much, okay?
Okay. And, you said that nurse will give me a tampon or something?
Yes. Yeah, so I guess you're not pregnant.
No.
That's awesome. I'm glad for that. I hope you are.
Like this? Or?
Yeah, just keep on going. You're good. We got you where you're supposed to be. All right?
Lana would eventually be booked under 1 count of child neglect while the investigation continued looking for Lonzie. Lana would eventually post bail. On September 18, 2015, more than a month later, detective suspicions began to rise as Lana didn't seem sad about her missing child. Police decided to set up a sting operation with a confidential informant to buy drugs off of Lana. It's worth noting Lana's behavior even after her child is still missing.
Hello? So I'm waiting on this other guy to show back up with the rest of it. No, sir, I'm not.
Any 10 quarter pounders?
No, I'm not, man. I'm in the game to make money, not to screw people.
2 medium fries.
Alright, I will.
4 strawberry shakes. Can you not call back?
really shouldn't even take shit over there.
Just place this big ass order with them. Call back, like when he calls back, you're like, hey dude, yeah.
Nah, my phone battery
large
died.
Supreme with no bitching and whining, please. Thank you.
No, my phone battery died, so I had to call off the fucking room phone. But people call to get smart, tell me don't fuck me, man, don't fuck me.
Dude, keep saying that shit and you're gonna get fucked. Thank you. Don't say that shit again unless you're asking for it.
But I figured if I could make an extra 100, then I'd like make an extra 100.
So you're making that extra 100?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're doing what
I'm just waiting on.
So I'm just take orders from porters, okay?
Yeah, I'm just waiting on however long it takes for.
I don't give orders, I take them, motherfuckers. Took your order and ran with it.
I mean, I kind of see where he's coming from though, because I done told him like 15, 20 minutes and longer.
Well, just tell him, man. Right now you're in limbo, all right? And if you want to stay, or at least get close to it and feet back on the ground, shut the fuck up.
He's tight though that if he gets too like skittish or whatever, then he'll just fucking take off and won't worry about it and
just
lose out on another 100. Yeah, lose out on another 100. So.
Well, dude, he'll be here. You know what I mean? A few minutes, whatever. So. It is what it is. If he gets that impatient, then.
That's what I figured. Either which way,
break that freaking ram down and.
I've got other people. So I was gonna say I got other people that want it. So.
Damn, profit either which way. Because what I heard about. You call his losses and I'll call my wins.
That's what I was tempted to do, but $100 goes a long way.
We're kind of like a win-win anyway, so it really doesn't matter.
$100 goes a long fucking way, though.
Hey, you want to paint my toenails after I get the paint off of them? Okay. I sniff my fingernail polish, get high. Hey, you know what I want to do, Chris? Try like the actual real brand of the whipping and not like the ready whip, you know what I'm saying? Or a duster, I think it's so
the CO2 cartridges. There's a place in Gainesville where you used to get them. You get a whole case of them. The CO2 getting by the crackers.
It wouldn't pay for me to work at Walmart DC, let a ready whip porter come in. Then I'd be fired, passed out in the back of the fucking waiter truck.
That's bad.
We're laughing at everybody that walked past.
You're done whipping?
Yes, sir.
That's just very
Emily come back, she got me doing that shit. My head
You
just
saying I'd rather do the duster. Remember I told you the saying is good as the duster, don't last as long.
Well, real whippings is fucking hardcore.
That's why I said I'd rather try the real one.
That shit make you paranoid?
Younger, we bought them from the dollar store. But if they're as good as everyone says, the whipping stars.
You straight? I see you straight?
Bake shop.
Did any what?
Bake shop.
Yeah, you can get them at Walmart.
No, I'm talking about the cracker and the come to a CO2 cartridges.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm just talking about going and buying a $2 can of fucking ready whip it from, the red and white can from Walmart.
Yeah, but I'm saying what I'm talking about is just the gas.
Or I could just get a duster. Yeah. And then guess what? You even can crush the can. There's always one more hit when the thing gets Hey, Crystal Doll hit that bitch in the bathroom one day, right? And she had snuck down there to do one with me, and Nikki was looking for her and shit. This was when you were in the hospital. And he knocked on the door. He knocked on the fucking door and asked me, was she there, right? And I was like, no, she's not here.
No fucking. I'm not the only one that gets like that now.
He said, man,
you
really
tell him, but he's actually tripped me out more.
Hello? Hello?
You straight, bro?
Because I said hello like 3 times and I couldn't hear you. Hold on here.
Hey, dude.
How many times? Like 3 or 4 at least.
I guess my high-pitched hello caught.
You alright, bro?
He said, what the fuck you yelling at me for, man? Damn.
Hey, he broke down, man.
Bitch, I done said that shit like 4 times around here. Where at?
What's up?
The structure broke down at his house? So he hasn't left yet?
Yeah, he's got no damn.
Oh, you're there. Well, I'm about to get my tires. So you can grab this time. I'm staying. And I need the phone. You're not taking it. I'll fight you. Like I won't go off.
Don't pull my damn shirt.
Give me the phone. Please. Thank you. See, it wouldn't have been way easier.
I'm not here to make food out.
Oh, no, Lana, but I use your phone real quick. Look.
Stop, hurt much? Nice cat. Nice cat.
You need to do something now. Do it now. Y'all got to move in now. I don't know if you can hear me, but around the front, you got to come now. Is that drink machine? Can I use y'all's phone real quick? Please, like really emergency. Like,
I can't let you use
can you dial the number? It's to a Baker County person.
Is it a social call?
You know, it's not. You'll see in just a minute. It's really.
Okay. And about the quarter, it's not our machine, so I can't give you the money back. What's the number?
545-5316.
5316. Yep.
You should see my rose.
Hey, y'all need to go in now. Like, he gave a little bit, but I got a bad feeling something's fixing to happen to me. I said I got a bad feeling something's fixing to go down with me. Because they're sharpening the knives and everything. Alright, I'm gonna stay at the front.
Are you okay?
Yes, no, I'm good. I just had to. No, none at all. Y'all see it in a second. I swear it ain't nothing to freak me out or nothing. If somebody comes up in the front though, I'm only asking y'all about change for the drink machine. The Suburban just pulled out, got on 10 West. I don't know, Sean and Chris, I believe, is in the vehicle, but yes, sir. Just got on 10 West. No, sir, they could be going back over there to Corey's or Sean's grandma or something. No, sir, I don't. Like I said, he started acting real strange in there and sharpening up these little things, and Chris had his knife and stuff out like that, and I'm not oh, yes, sir, yeah, he brought back a little bit. He was already trying to shit somebody. That's what. No, sir, he handed it over and tried to tell me, somebody else was coming and this and that. Yes, sir. All right, thank you. Lana, Chris has got the key, but Lana's up in there right now. Chris might be too, but...
Yeah, go ahead, Trey.
That's what I'm saying.
Name's in your name.
Yes, sir. Did you want to get that stuff out of my pocket?
Let me turn the video over. What's the time? What's the time?
The police finally arrives almost 30 minutes later, and Lana was taken into custody where she would be facing drug charges. On January 11th, 2016, as part of a plea deal, Ruben would lead police on an hour-long hike throughout the forest.
Somebody had dug a hole, maybe only a hole. And it was, like that, 3 tires sitting up just right, like if somebody just pulled them off the truck, using the stairs, something like that. And my worst feeling is right where that clearing is everything got pushed over. Because I know this is like in front of me.
Police would then discover the lifeless body of Lonzie buried under a bunch of spare tires. Ruben would eventually go on to claim the toddler had drowned in a bathtub while him and Lana was having sexual intercourse. Lana has since denied these allegations. Lana was sentenced to 5 years of child neglect, plus an additional 7 years on separate drug charges. Lana is currently serving her time at the Gadsden Correctional Facility in Quincy. According to the Florida Department of Corrections, her release date is set for August 24th, 2026. Ruben was sentenced to 20 years in prison for aggravated manslaughter on a child and 5 years for child neglect. He is being held at the Okeechobee Correctional Institute, and his release date is set for January 3rd, 2039.